You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Congratulations! Hi, my name is Mark, and your side quest is over. That's right, your mission has been completed. You found this podcast. Whether you rolled that D20 or you did that whole up, down, left, right, select, start, whatever combination Konami code that was. I can't remember. I'm old. Leave me alone. Anyway, you're probably listening to this on a mobile device. iOS, Android, Windows. But did you also know that you can find this show along with so many others like it? Although admittedly there are no shows quite like this one. Believe me, I know. I've looked. But you can always find the latest episode of this show at Tangibound Network. Go to tangiboundnetwork.com, look it up, check it out, listen from the site. It's even mobile friendly. How awesome is that? Go check it out, tangiboundnetwork.com.
It's about comic books and movies. Growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that's something. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote scripts.
All right here is no mystery, cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 92. I'm Jason.
I am Jeff.
I'm Blake.
You are not Blake.
I'm Blake. I'm the crazy homeless guy.
No, Blake is not with us this evening.
He has furry rabies.
No, he's just getting tested.
Oh,
It
for furry
hasn't been
rabies.
confirmed yet.
That's right. Sorry. I think you got it from Heno. So,
Ooh.
yeah, some pod loving. But instead, we got film critic to the stars.
And Scab.
And Tara Reid friend, Jeff Morris is in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's been a while. You thought we just didn't like you anymore?
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm not going to win the best guest.
No, you still can. We don't really, if you want to come back, that's fine. Anytime.
But when the floppies come out, I think I'm going to lose this one.
I don't know. I think one of these nights we're going to have to do a Saturday night roundtable, and you, Jeff's brother Jim, and number one fan Doug might have to come in and do a, Thunderdome.
Oh, yeah. And
Nerf battle?
Yes. Yeah. Swords.
We do take bribes, as you can see that beautiful HOBI hockey jersey.
From Graphic Novice.
Graphic Novice. Nickel trying to win Best Canadian.
He's still in second place to Nathan Fillion. So, Nathan, you send us an autograph picture of the whole cast, or just your co-star. You know who I'm talking about. Yep. Seamus. Look at you, Seamus. Love a good Irishman. Anyways, no, Kate Beckett.
Stanokatic?
Yes. My future ex-wife. Anyway, so...
I thought your current wife was your future ex-wife.
Maybe I like to keep my options open. Maybe.
You could have more than one future ex-wife.
Who's the nutball that was on CNN? The old guy.
Larry King?
Yeah, Larry King. I was going to say Larry Flint, but I think he had some ex-wives too. He had Courtney Love as his ex-wife. Right? She married him, right?
Yeah, something
People
like that.
versus Larry Flint? That's
Yeah.
true. It said it was a true story.
Yes.
Courtney Love married Larry Flint. So anyways, Morris, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so, a couple things. Gotham, I have not seen it. I'm only 3 episodes behind.
Only 3.
But I've read spoilers.
There's only been 3 episodes this season.
Exactly. So I'm 3 episodes behind. I'm okay with that. If you guys don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and fast forward about 2 minutes here. But what did you guys think of last night's episode? I found out what happened, so go ahead.
That the person suspected to be the Joker was killed.
Stabbed in the neck.
Who would have made a spectacular joke? He was good at being the
actor
Joker.
was great at being the Joker.
He was. It just blew my mind how good he was. He was as good as Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger, I think.
I agree. I think he can
If
go
not
down.
better.
I think he can go down in the annals of Batman history of being one of the top performing Jokers.
And last season, like, I didn't see it at all. Like, he's going to be like a mediocre Joker, but he's not going to be a big character or whatever. And then he comes out this season and he's this spectacular characterization of what I imagined the Joker would be. And then it turns out he's not really the Joker because he dies.
Who stabbed him?
I don't even know the character's name. The guy who broke him out of the prison.
Okay.
Who's trying to make himself look like a hero. So he broke these villains out, had them go on a killing spree, and then stepped up and saved them in front of the cameras.
So he's not a character from the comics?
If he is, I don't know who he is.
Okay. I don't think he is. I think he's a new character.
Yeah, I don't remember the character's name, but that was his plan, was to save the people of Gotham in front of everybody. But the thing that I think, everyone says, oh, okay, he was the Joker. Now he's not the Joker. I'm thinking what they're doing there, especially with the way it ended, which Jason probably doesn't know because they
all start laughing.
But the Joker is not one person. The Joker is just kind of an entity so that's why there isn't one backstory for the Joker, because the Joker is
anybody's the Joker.
Anybody's the Joker.
Just the idea.
That has been addressed in books before.
Okay.
That there could be multiples. So I have no issue with that. I think that would be kind of cool.
But so in reality, then, he is the first Joker. He's the first Joker that everything that comes after him is based off of what he did. Because, like, his blind father predicted, his fortune-telling father said, I can't remember exactly what he said, what his prediction was, but something about how he's going to be cursed, for
and
that.
the city's going to be cursed because of you.
Yeah, and I think it's like his curse is the Joker as a spirit, as an idea, not necessarily as a specific person.
Yeah, I don't disagree that they certainly implied that at the end,
Yeah.
that idea is contagious, and everybody was just going around and I liked how at the end Penguin was watching the video of him and he's like, this isn't how crime's done. This is anarchy and chaos. and I like that. I like the Penguin character too. I really like this season of Gotham. I think this season, I liked last season, but I think this season is already 10 times better than
I almost gave up on it with the season finale. So I've been told that people are either really, really loving it and they like it's more streamlined.
Yeah.
And they said that's what their goal was this season, was to streamline it a little bit. Or they said, or people have not liked it. Number one fan Doug texted me today. He said Michael Chiklis looked pretty good in next week's preview. He was excited about that.
I didn't even.
He did not
notice
like the ending of this week's.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
But that unfortunately probably means that actor who was playing the Joker won't be playing the Joker anymore.
Well,
which is disappointing, but at the same time,
yeah,
Doug's
he can't screw it up now.
Doug's comment was, I really hope they don't care. He said, I think the only thing that could make it worse was if they carried the storyline through with the guy still alive, Jerome still alive.
Yeah.
And then the last episode of the season, he's not the Joker. And it's like, he's like, that may have been worse. He said, next week, Chiklis says they're going after the Penguin. Spoiler alert, they're not going to win. And that's my issue is, again, it's a prequel. I'm hoping that they're kind of like The Walking Dead, that they're going to go off in a little bit of a...
Oh, they already have the character of Barbara Keene.
Well, maybe, like she was saying in this last one, that she's going to end up marrying Jim. And I'm like, she's Batgirl's mom, isn't she?
I think actually it's a different wife is Batgirl's mom. I think his second wife is Batgirl's mom.
It's, yes. What happened is that Jim married Barbara Gordon in the comics.
Married Barbara Keene.
Barbara Keene, sorry. That would be creepy the other way.
Yes.
And then I think she dies.
Well, she has his son, Jim
Yes.
Jr. or
Jim
whatever.
Jr. is their son. He becomes a serial killer in the books. And Gordon he just can't get it wrapped around his head that his son is a serial killer. And he's a badass serial killer. And this is kind of newer. It's probably in the last 10 years that this has really started in the comics.
Do we know the name of this series? Like, does he have like a...
No, it's just Jim Gordon's son, Jim Jr.
Just Jim
So it's
Jr.
not like Zaz or...
No, it's a totally different thing. Because I think they kind of forgot about him in the books. And then was it Scott Snyder, I think? Or not Snyder, sorry. Not Scott.
I thought they kind of retconned him into the books.
They brought him back in, and I can't remember Snyder. Who's the Snyder writer? Not Scott. The other guy. Anyways,
Okay, whatever.
who's done really well. They brought him back, and because of that, they made him a serial killer. He had an idea, and that's how he started doing the books. I think it's the same guy that's doing Detective right now, and that's how it was one of his niche. He was doing these small stories in the back, and he pitched this idea about Jim Gordon's son being a serial killer. So then Jim's second wife, they give birth to Barbara Gordon. And he names after his first wife, which is kind of creepy.
Kind of creepy, especially if she was a psychopathic murderer.
I don't think she is in the books, though.
Well, no, not in the books, but I mean, if it happens in Gotham, that's how it happens. You know, she's already done shit.
No, I agree. Yeah. I'm talking just in the
Well,
comic books.
That's why they're going their own direction.
Yeah.
They already started to go their own direction. I'm a little disappointed this season with how they're handling the characterization of Jim Gordon. I mean, did Penguin a favor and pretty much got blood on his hands. I'm like, he wouldn't kill Penguin in the first season. Why would he kill someone for Penguin in this season? It makes no sense to me.
The one theory I read online today was, what happens if Barbara Keene is Harley Quinn, becomes Harley Quinn, and she trains the next Joker, not vice versa?
It's always possible.
I like that idea.
But Harley Quinn's like half of Batman's age, isn't she?
Well, but it's going to be totally different. But that's why they're switching around. She's the one that helps create the new Joker.
And maybe they create a new Harley Quinn after that.
Maybe.
And then a new Joker after that.
And then after that, and then after that.
But Barbara Keene's not attractive in Gotham, the TV show.
I don't think she's that attractive
Really?
either.
Oh, especially when
Jim Gordon, Ben McKenzie, he's hot.
Yeah.
Especially when she's being evil. Oh, she's beautiful when she's evil.
I'll give you that. When she's being a little crazy, she's better than when she was normal.
Is Bruce Wayne still annoying?
A little less, but still, yeah.
Kill him.
I'm liking Alfred more and more.
I'm liking
I
Alfred a
hated
lot
him
more.
at the beginning.
I didn't
I
like
liked him towards the end of the last season.
He's better.
I think it's episode 2 this season, since you haven't seen it yet. Alfred has a conversation with Lucius Fox. That's a great scene.
Okay. I'm planning on, I actually may start it tonight after this podcast, because...
No, you won't.
Actually, I'm excited. Because I did start watching, I watched the first episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ah!
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw the first episode.
Loved it. I'm back on board. I liked it last season. I kind of got bored because I didn't care about them being in this tranquil village, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that extended way too long. But this season, loved the first episode. Now we got some kick-ass people. We got powers. We got supervillains. We got fucking Inhumans. We got Sky that's actually doing something instead of going,
That's Daisy.
Whatever. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. Coulson.
No, not really.
No. Do you watch S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I do not.
Oh, you need to just watch this season. Just watch the first episode of this season. It's some kick-ass
Yeah,
stuff.
you won't know anything that's going on.
You
But just
really
watch
won't miss it. They kind of introduce you to what
Well, it
happens.
is on Netflix, so I could catch up. But
The first 6 episodes of the first season, After that, it gets really good. No, this season, I love that first episode, though. And it's like, I like that when the guy that was having, that they captured in the beginning, S.H.I.E.L.D., that it was becoming
new
a human. 2 things. I liked the parallels of him. He's a gay character in it. Okay, he plays a gay character. And he was stating that, take him, and he's becoming an inhuman. Basically, he's part alien, and he's like getting superpowers. And he doesn't know how to control them. And he said, it's taken me so long to get used to my life and to be comfortable in what I am. You can't just take me away. And S.H.I.E.L.D.'s like, we can't put you back out there. You're a wanted man now because you were knocking over buildings.
Yeah, because
not
your
by
powers
choice.
went crazy.
Yeah. And so he's like, but I fought so hard to get to this. And it's it's a very interesting take. I never even thought about that. He had, he struggled so long to be, he makes a parallel that he struggles so long to be a gay person and be comfortable with it. Now he has to start it all over again, being an inhuman because he's part aliens trying to control these powers, and has to do that journey again. I thought that was really cool how they did that.
Okay, yeah, but you realize like part of the X-Men is
I know that.
Drawing a parallel.
I get that.
Okay.
I like that they're doing it on the show. I think that's a very cool aspect that they didn't, to make it a little bit deeper. And I like that idea. And it's not even a huge theme, him being gay or anything. It was in passing. But it was cool, like, you just start thinking like, oh, that's why he's having such a, struggle doing this. So I love the first episode. Fitz is kicking ass. Or Simmons.
No,
Which
Fitz.
one? Fitz. He is awesome. He's a badass now. Does he still have brain damage?
I think he's getting better because he's been improving since. Oh God, this is season 3 now, isn't it?
Yeah. Did they say what type of time jump this was?
I was just thinking it was a couple months, like the summer.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Everybody's got uniforms, so that's good.
So we can tell who's who.
Yeah. I still think Mockingbird is hot as hell.
Yeah.
Mockingbird.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, because they said they relit the spin-off with Mockingbird, didn't they?
Yes, we're going to talk about that in News of the Geek.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of things. But no.
How about Heroes?
Heroes Reborn?
Heroes Reborn. I'm up to, first 3 episodes since the first.
I'm 1
2
episode
hours.
behind. You can spoil. Go ahead. I'm fine.
I don't know if there's anything to spoil. The biggest problem I have with Heroes is the whole amnesia angle, where someone purposely wants to forget something so has their memory wiped, and then spends the rest of the time trying to get it back.
Oh, Castle last season.
Yeah, I hate that plot device, and they're using that. But that's my only complaint
I hate
so
all
far.
amnesia storylines.
I'm completely the opposite. I'm okay with that, but I'm disliking. Like, I think the special effects are terrible. Like the kid who can put his hand through stuff.
Oh, well,
Like that special effects. Like, there was a guy who could walk through walls in the original Heroes, which was 10 years ago?
Yes.
And it looked 10 times better than some kid putting his hand through something.
That guy could walk through walls in real life.
Oh yeah, they actually hired actors to walk through walls.
And
It was a tough casting call.
He almost didn't get the job.
And I think the stupidest superpower ever is she can turn into a video game character.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Fuck
okay.
that.
And
Fuck that.
I don't understand what's going on with that, and it seems everything's just so everywhere. And
Well, that's how it started. Everything was everywhere, and all the little pieces will come together.
Let me.
but in the first one, it started with everything everywhere, but there was a clear ending to it. It was going to end with New York blowing up. They had to stop that, or it was going to blow up, and that's why the first season of the first Heroes worked. And this one, it seems like everybody's everywhere. They're trying to recover from this thing.
Yeah, I
and
think it will all come together, though.
Come together.
Please stop.
Please stop.
I liked every season
me.
of the original Heroes, and this one I'm disappointed in so far. I'm
The
gonna
vid-
watch it. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I equate the video game idea, this girl with the superpower of that.
And the
which is
graphics are bad compared
Yes.
to regular
Well, yeah, that's
regular
true.
video games.
Could they not hire somebody from Sony or at Microsoft to go build this?
Like a regular video game.
Yes.
And this is a movie that's pretending to be a video game, and somebody going it. I don't understand.
I kind of equate it to Tim Kring, the creator. Well, it's Heroes. You can't have everything really good. We gotta have something that's dumb as shit, and we gotta put it in there because it'll piss everybody off. Hey, let's make her into a video game. Because you know what? That's what kids like nowadays is video games. Shut up, Tim. Come on.
I'm thinking the
Focus.
last time he saw
Focus.
a video game was back in 2000, whenever
I agree.
he did it. And then he became rich and famous, so he doesn't play video games. He gets laid and stuff.
I don't know. I think if a woman saw season 4, they said, I'm not sleeping with that guy anymore. I'm thinking that last time his assistant he talked to his assistant like, you know what? I heard video games were really big now with the kids. Is that true? Yeah, that's it, Tim. Yeah, that's it.
It will make it look all futuristic.
Yeah.
Wow, you're saying that like he's like completely out of touch. like it's like Norman Lear trying to make a new TV
I got this
show.
Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario Brothers 3. He can turn into a raccoon. What happens if the girl can do that in the game? Can she turn into something?
Let me trim my fingernails and take these Kleenex boxes off my feet.
I like it.
Okay.
Anyways, I bought Jurassic World this week.
Good for you.
Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, I'm really thinking about buying it. Well, I said I am buying it. It's not on Blu-ray until the 20th, but it's on digital this week. And she's like, I'll watch it with you. And I was like, really? You're going to watch this? She's like, yeah, I'll watch it. It's a dinosaur movie. You know, I saw the first one. After we watched it, I was like, so did you like it? It's a dinosaur movie. I was like, yes, it is.
It is a dinosaur movie.
She said it wasn't bad, but I enjoyed it. I loved it the second time. It's a fun movie. Morris, you liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah. So that was my big thing.
It hasn't stuck with me after this amount of time.
Oh, it still sticks with me.
I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to because I didn't have high hopes for it. But the biggest problems I thought I was going to have going in, they addressed, even if it's just to say, we realize it's stupid, but we're doing it anyway. Yes. So I'm like, okay, I can't argue then. They at least addressed the stupid parts by saying, yeah, they're stupid. Go on. You know.
I still loved it. It was a theme park that gets destroyed. I love that idea. So that's why.
Yeah, that was an original idea too. They've never done that before.
Not a full theme park. Westworld.
Westworld. I should have had that on my top 5.
Oh, Soylent Green is people. That's our top 5. Anyways,
our top 5 Soylents. Number 1, green.
2, blue. They're made of Smurfs. Did you play video games, Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Did you see the big thing that's coming out? Far Cry. Have you ever played the Far Cry games?
Yes.
The open world Africa, you know, they do all that. Did you see the new one they announced yesterday?
No.
Far Cry Primal takes place right after the Ice Age. And you're a tribe, you're part of a tribe, and you're warring with this other tribe, and people are almost extinct, and you have to basically get your tribe put back together and build it up. You're hunting in the preview trailer, they have you hunting a woolly mammoth, there's saber-toothed tigers, animals everywhere, and it's like, that's a ballsy thing to do from Far Cry that takes place now, and you know, you're shooting up shitloads of stuff. Now you're going back in time, and it reminds me of BC, which was supposed to be made by the guy that did SimCity and all that, Peter whatever, guys. He did Spore and all that stuff. That got my favorite game that never got made. He even announced the sequel, and then they canceled it at 60% done the first game. I'm like, what? How can you announce a sequel when you didn't even finish the second one, or first one? Then canceled it. But anyways,
that was Jason's favorite game.
No, that never got made. If you go online for BC, it was made with the original Xbox. You could hunt dinosaurs. It was in dinosaur time. You could hunt them down. I've talked about this before. You could actually make species extinct by hunting them too much. And like all of them had a food source and everything. So
there's a new dinosaur hunting game that's coming out that looks real good.
Is that the one with the robotic dinosaurs?
No.
Okay, there's another one that comes out that you're on an island, pretty big island.
Far too many dinosaur games.
Yeah, but it's been an untapped thing. It's like the.
Well, I don't think there are because my son was like, I want to play a dinosaur video game.
Toric, Dinosaur Hunter? Come on,
that's what we ended up getting. Because that was in the $5 bin or whatever.
Yeah. You paid about $4.99 too much for that one. But yeah, Far Cry Primal, take a look at it. It is awesome. So because I want a game that I can do that. Like you go in the tribes, and they keep. The rumor was that they keep doing Assassin's Creed. Keeps thinking about doing it. The guys that did would go back in the caveman days, and then you start going back forward again. And Far Cry basically said, fuck you, we're going to do it first. And it looks good. I'll put a link up on our website.
Yes,
Facebook page. History of Bad Ideas on Facebook.
Yes.
Twitter, @Bad Ideas Podcast. And on nerdly.co.uk, we're British. Hey!
Where the British can listen to us. I suppose you don't have to be British to listen to nerdly.co.uk.
No, it's a good site. 365 Flicks Podcast is there.
But you have to listen with a British accent, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good day, mate. That's a cheeky good time. Yeah? What do you think?
That's British. That's
you want me to do French next?
That's Australian, isn't it? With the mate?
Oh, yeah, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
That's cue card. Jolly good time. Jolly good time. We actually do have a cue card in the studio
Yeah,
for the British sayings.
Blake brought a cue card in for Jason so he would know some
Cheeky monkey,
British slang.
wanker. Not going to say the last one. And brilliant. So I think we got listener feedback.
From number one fan Doug.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
HBO considering a Watchmen series. Good idea?
No.
I don't know. I mean, I've read a couple different things on what it potentially could be. You know, I heard, people are saying it's actually, Zack Snyder or whoever is actually going to do it is going to try to, because the movie, 2-hour movie, couldn't really tell everything from the book. They're saying make it a 10-hour miniseries and you can explore stuff that they couldn't do in the movie.
Yeah, better idea.
So have it take place during the time of the movie? Like, didn't all
redo
the
them?
Watchmen die in the
Yeah,
movie?
I think kind of redo the movie as
a miniseries? I got a better idea.
Or possibly the pre-Watchmen
Yeah, you could do the
series
prequel
they
books
did.
too.
The prequel books.
Or do a Watchmen series. Don't do the book. Don't do the graphic novel. Don't do the prequels. Do your own with those characters. In that gritty
With
timeline.
the two that survived?
No. Like in their heyday as a team.
Okay. So kind of before the book, but not necessarily the prequels that
I guess
they put
some
out.
of the book, the graphic novel, the original graphic novel, does have some of the flashbacks in that.
Yeah.
You could incorporate that into it. I like that. You don't need Dr. Manhattan going nuts or anything
Isn't
like
that kind of what the prequel books were about? That you just said they shouldn't do those?
Those were a little bit before. They were all solo missions. I'm talking them as a team.
But I thought the purpose of the Watchmen was this is what happens after.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying I didn't like
That's
the
what made
movie.
it good.
I didn't like the movie.
I did. The more I think about the movie, like in retrospect, the more I think about it, the more I like it. Like the whole idea of it.
I did like the movie. I don't, like I said, I didn't touch on as many things as the book did, but then it also made the stuff from the book that I thought was ridiculous. I thought, the whole space octopus thing that was in the original series, I thought that was just plain ridiculous, and I thought how they changed that aspect was actually a bonus for the movie.
I don't want to sound like crazy Alan Moore here. He has a wizard in his beard. Or he is a wizard, I don't know. Anyways, I just don't know if I really care enough to revisit it. I like the graphic novel as it is. There's a lot of stuff I don't like about it, but the good outweighs the bad in that. It was one of the best graphic novels I've ever read, or series I've ever read. I just don't know if I really care to revisit that in a different media.
So you are taking Alan Moore's side, you just don't want to sound as crazy as him.
Yeah, and I really don't have an issue if people want to adapt it. Like, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is getting adapted for one of the cable companies, possibly as a TV series. I think there's a lot of good background and good stories you can make of that. Alan Moore's all pissed off about, well, fuck you, you don't have the rights, you sold them. Have a good day.
Well, yeah, if he sold them, he really doesn't have anything to complain about.
And
you won't even fucking cash the checks. At least cash the damn checks.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, stop being get off the crucifix.
Sure, Dave Gibbons loves the fact, oh shit, I'll take 100% of creator royalty from it.
Get off the crucifix and just fucking cash the check. God. So, I don't really care about Watchmen series.
I'm intrigued enough to at least give it a shot.
Okay.
Next, Mordecai's out on DVD. Do you own it, Do you own it yet?
Morris, do you own it?
I slept overnight at the DVD store.
Mm-hmm. Do they have
And
DVD
they
stores
sold out.
anymore? Did you go to Suncoast Video?
As soon as I said it, I was trying to think of where I could possibly
Did
go.
you sleep out at Blockbuster? The only one left somewhere in this world? Toledo, Ohio?
Is there still a Suncoast Video?
I don't think so. Right? I'll check.
You check that up. But, okay, go ahead. So you slept out at the video store, which you don't know where it's at.
Yes. Yeah, I've been caught in my own lie. No, I don't have it yet. And I don't plan to own it.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I've seen the previews and I've heard...
And the previews were way too much.
And the reviews seem to match what I saw from the previews. And when the funniest parts are in those previews and the funny parts are not funny in the previews, then it makes me apprehensive.
Makes you a sad panda.
A sad panda. Well put.
All right. Jason, do you plan on owning Mordecai?
No.
Okay. Next, from 365 Flicks Podcast at 365 Flicks Pod.
G'day, chaps.
Lord Commander of the Snow Family, fucking epic. Oh, and Brigger, you are by far the bigger diva.
I take offense to that.
They're responding to last week's episode when Jason, who doesn't watch Game of Thrones, knew that Jon Snow was the Lord Commander, and that's all he knew. So when we asked him, oh yeah, of what? He's like, of the Snow Family.
I don't understand what the big deal is. I think I figured it out.
And Jason tried to claim he's not a diva.
Suncoast got bought by FYE.
For your entertainment.
Better question, is FYE around?
Check that out.
They got bought by Media Play.
I don't think Media Play's buying anything.
FYE is still around. I think. Trans World Entertainment Corp decided to close all 150 stores nationwide. Oh,
Of FYE?
many of them were Suncoast locations. The closings also included underperforming FYE stores and some remaining Sam Goody locations. Is there a fucking
Goody
Sam
still
Goody? Where the fuck is a Sam Goody? I just we have this CD. It's $30. I'm going down the street for $8.99. Thank you. I don't think I'm going to buy it from you guys.
I wonder how much Sam Goody's charging for their CDs now.
$29 still. We're on clearance. $28. Nope.
$28.97. You can tell it's clearance because it ends in a 7.
They have 300 entertainment retail units, including some of the best-known stores across the nation. Big differ. FYE has 300 stores. Suncoast is in some stores. In some malls still, they said. Stores carry an assortment of more than 16,000 movies. I'm going to say I don't think so, because you can't find them.
Are they still in Tri-County Mall?
There is one in Tri-County Mall in Cincinnati.
It's still there?
Yeah, it says it.
All right, there you go.
So that's where I camped out.
Long story short,
Too late.
we all arrived one by one. Oh, okay, moving on.
Oh, the 365 Flicks also says, what do you think of 4 more Transformer films coming out? They have announced that they are going to be releasing Transformers 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the next 6 years.
So 10.
As
10
long
years.
As long as Michael Bay keeps directing them.
That's what 365 Flicks said too.
Michael Bay didn't direct the last one.
He produced it.
He produced it, but not
Well,
directed
it's
it.
the same thing when it comes to Michael Bay.
Oh, okay. I'm producing it, so I'm exploding here, and here.
Oh, God.
Marky Mark has to be on them all, too. And Megan
That's a
Fox.
Transformer. I think that's a Transformer. I think we found one. Robert Kirkman from Walking Dead is in the writer's room to do an offshoot with Bumblebee.
A Bumblebee spinoff.
Yes. Just go and let that out there.
With Rick Grimes?
Yeah, The Walking Dead. Yeah, the creator of The Walking Dead. Yes, he is doing Bumblebee. Not literally doing Bumblebee, because that would be I think that would be awkward.
So the one Transformer
Like
who
a
couldn't
movie?
talk.
Yeah.
So that's the one they're going to do an entire separate movie about.
Why not? I've watched 2 of the other ones. I've seen the dialogue written. That's not talking either.
Good point.
They could make it dark, and then instead of his name being Bumblebee, they could change it to Christine.
Ooh, I like it. Stephen King twist, I like it. Or Maximum Overdrive. They all take over. The machines take over.
Who made who?
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Wait, I think they take over in the first 5 minutes of the film.
Emilio Estevez is in it.
Emilio!
Who wasn't as good? Treat Williams isn't in it, though.
Okay.
Moving on. He's in every good movie.
Moving on from Snake Oil Comics at SOC Podcast. Why aren't we already awarded our floppy? They're going to win a floppy?
They were trying to go... time out. There is one Suncoast video store left in America. It's in Pennsylvania.
Ooh, road trip.
I don't know where. Park City Center. So if you
Didn't we
live...
just decide that it was in Tri-County Mall?
No, that's FYE.
No,
Oh.
you said it was Suncoast Motion Picture.
Oh no, I meant FYE. Sorry. This one is in Amish country. So
How about
obviously,
this roller coaster of emotion here?
So the Amish are now just around to getting Suncoast.
and laser discs.
Does it really say in Amish country?
Well, I know where it's at because I've been here before, like when I was little. It's by East Petersburg. It's pretty close to Amishville. That's awesome.
That's very appropriate.
That is the only one left.
So we took our buggy out to get our laser disc.
Only 600 more chapters till the end of this laser disc. Ooh, look, it has the special features, the behind the scenes of Turner and Hooch. Love it.
He's got a good Amish accent. Did you hear that? Out of all of his accents and everything, his Amish accent is good.
That's his normal speaking voice.
I wasn't trying to do an impression. Now I can't do it.
Play it back.
Now I can't do it again. Damn it. Well, okay, moving on.
It had that,
Oh, wait, there
that
is
little
two.
bit of German in it.
There's a one in Edentown, New Jersey. There's two left in the world. Edentown, New Jersey, and someplace in Pennsylvania.
Is that where they shot Clerks?
No, they actually shot the Clerks. Not the movie, just actually they shoot people.
Oh, okay.
It's New Jersey. What do you
I think
expect?
they shot Clerks in Leonardo.
My Monmouth Mall.
Although that's right, but Monmouth is right out.
I know where. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right near where.
Yeah. So there you
think-
go.
I think the secret stash is in Monmouth.
I don't know about you, but Suncoast Video is really loving this free PR tonight. This episode of HOBI brought to you by Suncoast Video. For all your Laserdisc needs, please check them out in Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
I guarantee you, every one of your Amish listeners are on their way to.
Do they? Oh, I almost did a French one. How did I do a French? Is that
Now you're trying to.
I know!
Yeah. It was that little bit of German in it that it was perfect.
Fuck you, Suncoast. Moving on.
Right. Oh wait, we're still talking about Snake Oil wanting a floppy.
Well, if you can do an Amish accent, or if you go to Suncoast Videos and take a picture, we'll give you a floppy.
I don't know. I think Suncoast has
For
a
what?
lot more to do to get a floppy.
Floppy award at the end of the year.
I mean,
But doesn't it have to be for something? Floppy for
Road
best
trip.
visit to.
Best HOBI road trip. Well, how about that?
personally, right now, I think the best chance they have is to dethrone Canadian of the Year.
Yeah, because Michigan's like a suburb of Canada,
Michigan's
right?
just southern Canada. So.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay.
But I can't think of anything else they're good enough to win at.
Comic book store of the year? I haven't been there, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, one, they wouldn't win. Koi would win.
Yeah, Koi's Comics, so. Well, if you did a reality show, maybe. Funny Book Guys.
Oh, yeah, if the Funny Book Guys comes out, you're probably guaranteed to get a floppy.
And I have to be a producer.
But
So.
if their Funny Book Guys series comes out, that'll be...
That might be up for a floppy.
Yeah. All right, moving on from Pam Morris at Pam World.
Pam World.
Cousin Pam.
She's not related to you, correct?
She is not.
Okay.
I was like, don't say that, because Blake will yell at us because we said they weren't related.
You don't know who this person is.
But Pam says, I tried to watch Game of Thrones and couldn't get into it. I thought about trying again, but I don't have HBO.
You're not missing much.
Actually, you're missing quite a lot. Yep, you are. Well, you wouldn't know. You didn't see any of it.
I
Saw
think
an
if you
episode.
go into the first episode liking, what's his name?
Trees?
The main guy.
Eddard Stark,
Yeah, the main Stark.
Sean Bean?
Sean Bean. Yes.
Yeah, if you go into it liking him, then you would like the then you could keep watching it throughout.
Okay.
But if you go in and you don't like him to begin with, then I think that it could get stale. I really like it because I was rooting for
You're rooting for Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Didn't work out for you, did it?
I don't want to spoil it because she didn't get into it.
We're 6 seasons into it. I think we're okay.
Okay, yes. But when he dies, then you realize that there are no rules and anything can happen, and then it becomes a political thriller unlike any other that you've seen because you don't know who's going to win.
Is Kevin Spacey? Does he play a big role in it too, in the political aspect?
Yeah,
I know he's going to win in House of Cards.
Oh, I thought he was in Game of Thrones.
House of Cards, Game of Thrones, same difference.
But Game of Thrones, anybody could die, anybody could take the throne at any time.
Anything for getting Kate Mara off my TV, I'm fine with.
And I think that makes it really exciting.
I agree. And you don't need to have HBO to watch Game of Thrones. You just need to have somebody's HBO password to watch Game of Thrones.
We don't condone that. Allegedly.
HBO condones it. Why not?
That's true. Next.
Next, Pam also says, regarding asking a fan to watch the film,
The Visit.
I just watched The Visit, and I just wasted an hour and 33 minutes. The movie is just bad. I hate horror movies?
She does now after watching that.
Oh, because I'm about to say, I know Pam, and she's one of the biggest horror movie fans I know.
She hates it now.
If The Visit caused her to hate horror movies, that must be a terrible film.
Thank you for that. If anybody out there, any listeners have reviews of films, bring them on in, send them on over. Tweet us at Bad Ideas Podcast or on the History of Bad Ideas on Facebook, and let us know. And thank you, Pam, for being, gutting it out on that one.
All right, and Pam also goes on to say she's listening to episode 44, because if listeners do not know, Pam is braving the archives and going back and listening to all the old ones.
She just found our show, and she's starting at number 1, which I do not condone, and then going forward. So
she, listening to episode 44, says she almost wet herself over the Plotline movie Basket Case. I saw that, and it was so bad.
Which one was Basket Case?
Oh, you were supposed to look that up.
Oh, shit. Well, I'll get to that.
Where's the intern? Come on.
Pam did give you compliments. She, the one episode, I think it was episode 41 or 2.
Oh, episode 41 or 2.
No, it was the Paranormal Fest last year. Last year's
Paranormal Fest.
And you were doing the ghost stories.
Which was canceled this year. Thanks, Jeff.
Boo! Anyways, but moving on, you were doing the stories, and Blake recorded it, and she said she really enjoyed that one. So.
Well, thank you, Cousin Pam.
She said Jeff Morris's stories were the best part of your entire podcast. You
Episode.
need more of that. No, I think entire podcast.
Yeah, she says she likes my impressions.
No, I think she said she's scared of your impressions.
No.
Oh, she's going to be flabbergasted by your Amish impression.
Boom! Amish drive-by.
You're trying
No, it was an Amish drive-by.
You're trying to ruin it.
Oh, that was terrible.
It was from the 1980s. That joke.
Oh, okay, we'll move on. From El Heno at Idaheno, the new Game of Thrones with Iron Man and Michael Bolton, as discussed on episode 91, is brilliant. I must see it.
Last week I explained why the Tony Stark, I think from Iron Man, and the Boltons, I figure it was Michael Bolton, so I gave a synopsis of what Game of Thrones is about. Tony Stark attacks Michael Bolton. The end. It's a great show. Loved it.
He goes on to say, meet the Boltons from the perspective of a reality TV show in the castle where Michael Bolton lives.
What do you think about that? Takes place during the Game of Thrones times?
Yep.
I got a couple fans from that. Basket Case was the Plotlines movie that we were trying to figure out. I'm not renting it on iTunes for $2.99, sorry. Siamese twins separated at an early age avenge their separation by killing the doctors responsible. One appears normal. I remember this now. The other is very small and very twisted and very mad. He lives in a basket until the night comes. Remember? And he attacks.
Yes, I remember that now.
It's a good film.
And I think it was Blake. Blake guessed that it starred Hayden Panettiere as a girl coming into her own.
Yeah. I don't think it's happened.
We'll finish up with Dr. Number One at Dr. Number One. After Aquaman and Submariner, are there any other underwater superheroes?
Aqualad?
Yeah, other than like sidekicks and whatnot associated with those, I can't come up with
Cousteau.
any.
He's not a superhero.
He's a real life person.
It's still debatable. No one has seen him in about 20 years. No one has seen him in 20 years. Just saying. He's kind of like Bigfoot. I don't know if he's alive. No one has seen him lately. Last
Are we
Bigfoot
talking about Jacques Cousteau?
Yes. The last Bigfoot I saw, he hung himself, and Stephen Zahn saw him hung with bullet holes in him. That's Wilderness or whatever that movie was.
I forgot what it was
Yeah,
called.
Strange Wilderness.
That's it.
Yeah. So, I don't know about Jacques Cousteau. So, moving on.
Dr. Number One also says Louisville provided escorts for their recruits. Do you do that for guests? If so, can I be a guest?
No, the restraining order keeps you outside in the big window.
You cannot be a guest.
University of Louisville was breaking that. A escort stated that Rick Pitino knew, and that former athletic director was basically bringing escorts for possible basketball recruits.
And is anyone surprised by this?
No.
The only thing that surprises me is Louisville's the only one mentioned so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be surprised if at least half the teams in the NC2A don't do something similar.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, though, why couldn't it have happened to, like, University of Kentucky? Like, I don't like UK. Louisville, I kind of am okay with. I don't like Pitino.
Yeah, what was it? I saw you had a conversation with
Jillian, yes.
on... Jillian is from the Bluegrass State.
Not mocking Kentucky. I'm just saying.
Well, she said she's not fine with you not liking Kentucky. She's a hilltopper. Mm-hmm. And she said
I like the hilltoppers.
And number 2 for her was Louisville. And you're like, Louisville's not so bad.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's their motto. Louisville, not so bad.
And then this came out about the escorts. So, kind of catch-22. No, we do not provide that. We provide Pez. Which we do not have tonight. Sorry,
So
Jeff.
you're not providing Pez.
We provide beer.
Beer, yeah.
That's why I come.
There we go.
We do normally provide Pez, but Blake became a Pez diva and I think ate it all.
Yeah, so I haven't bought any new ones. That's why he's actually going for the medical testing, because he ate too much Pez.
I've been here before, and there's never been Pez while I've been here.
Well, Pez is more of a recent thing.
You obviously were not on that list. They crossed you off. Oh, Jeff's coming? Let's not get Pez.
No Pez this week.
We do have a $25 gift card if you leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher and let us know. I need a couple left, and I'll be in the drawing for it. Let us know. You can tweet us.
Yeah, come on, people. We don't like begging for this stuff. Just
We're
leave
giving
it.
money away here, a gift card. So thank you to the people that have reviewed us. 5-star reviews, please. We appreciate it. And you can subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher, too.
Like I just did.
There you go.
I just subscribed to us on Stitcher this week.
Good for you. Because you got a new cell phone.
I did.
You're out of 1999?
I've never been in 1999.
Oh, okay. 2003?
But I got a smartphone, my first smartphone ever.
Oh.
And so I...
Do you like it?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Can you imagine your life without it now?
Yes.
Jeff, I could see you imagining his life
Well, I
without it.
mean, most of the stuff I did on the phone, I could do on my tablet. Or... that or make calls or text with my old phone.
And here's the funny thing. We won an iPad a couple weeks ago. I was telling you about a company picnic for my wife. And the tablet's really nice, the iPad. But it's kind of funny because I'm so used to my smartphone. Now I'm like, why do I need an iPad tablet? Why do I need an iPad? I can do everything on my phone. So it's just the opposite for you.
You got a bigger screen.
I know, but for you, it's like, why do I need a phone? I have a tablet. Exactly. So it's the same thing. I got a new phone, too.
Jeez.
My contract was up, so I got a new phone, iPhone 6. I did not get the brand new iPhone.
Oh,
that was too expensive in that.
New one.
Yeah, 6S, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't care. I really don't care that much about technology, but I do have 128 gigs, so that was nice that I got the big memory one. Because I only get a new one every 2 years anyways. So
you're allowed to take things off the phone?
Yeah, but I had 16. And with family pictures, like when I was taking pictures.
You're allowed to transfer them off the phone.
Yeah, my wife is in 2013 for printing those pictures out, so it's still.
You can still put them onto a computer hard drive.
We do. I have an external hard drive, and I really need to look at what's on it. We did save it a couple months ago. I don't know what's on it.
You know how many pictures I have on my phone?
How many?
0.
At one point, I think on the external hard drive, I think we have 5,000 pictures. So.
Do you know what I just realized?
What's that?
My phone's older than Jeff Now's phone.
Wow.
I'm not sure that has ever happened.
Well, at some point when I got a new phone, it was a new phone.
Uh-huh.
But
So-
I still think mine would count as newer than yours at that point because, like, when
What
I
kind of
had
phone
us-
do you have now? Because I got the most basic smartphone available.
Do you
But
have internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
it's whatever came free with my Verizon contract.
How many years ago?
About a year and a half.
Okay. Is it Apple or Samsung? Or
It's
Android.
Samsung.
Android. Okay. I'm an Apple person, which is no big deal. I don't
About
care
the only
anyway.
thing that I like about the phone that I can't do anywhere else is I started doing the
Porn.
no, I can do porn out of the places.
Yeah.
The Topps Star Wars card collecting app.
Okay.
I started doing that. That's kind of fun.
Okay.
And that wasn't available anywhere but on Android or iPhone. I couldn't get it on other, like on what do you call it?
Your flip phone.
I definitely couldn't get on my flip phone. But my Kindle Fire, that app wasn't available on that. Or on my Surface, it wasn't available on that.
This just came last night. That's what she said. And
See, his phone is even newer than mine, and I only had mine for
just
less
got
than a
last
week.
night, baby.
So I have the oldest phone. It's
Yes.
just-
And it is
which I
really-
wouldn't care about except for it's you. And I'm pretty sure that I had a smartphone before you got your flip phone.
This is my new little thing, and I love it. And they always address it. Ready? You know, if you need a password, just put your thumb over it. Ah, the fingerprint.
Well, I burned off all my fingerprints when I killed that prostitute.
Okay, there's your listener feedback.
All right, we got our face-off.
Hold on, we got theme music. I want to take his face off.
It's not really music. That's just you poorly reciting it.
Hold on.
In an
Hold on.
Amish accent, no less.
I want to take his face off.
Okay, I think we should quit this segment because Jason's going to keep doing that. But from Bob, Hawkeye in the Woods versus Rambo from First Blood.
Hawkeye is not from MASH. It's Hawkeye the Marvel superhero.
Oh, well, that changes what I was thinking then.
I don't think the other Hawkeye would last long.
Well, but he's a doctor, so if he gets shot, he'd be able to sew his own wounds.
I don't think he's going to repair an arrow to the head very well. Message for you, sir. Hawkeye versus Rambo. I'm going Rambo.
Rambo from First Blood, I'll go Hawkeye.
Oh.
I mean, Rambo from, say, like, First Blood Part 2 or Rambo 3, where he,
4.
like, can't be killed because he's just an unstoppable... Yeah, I think
That's
in the
true.
first one, he showed a softer side and a weakness.
In Rambo 4, he can punch somebody's. He can break somebody's neck with a punch, one punch, which he did in the movie. Not in real life, allegedly. I'm going to say that is true. If it was Rambo 4, that would be a tough one. Rambo 1.
But from First Blood, and the original storyline had him dying in that show.
Yes.
I think the novel it's based off of had him killed off.
What do you think, Morris?
Was Rambo like a hunter? Like in the woods?
Well,
Like
he
I keep
was-
picturing like
In the second and third one, he was more in the woods.
Well, no, in the first one he was in the woods because he was
yeah.
running from the law.
He killed a deer, didn't he?
like
in it?
Hawkeye never struck me as a tracker or a stalker, so I'm thinking
That's
that
true.
Rambo may be able
Oh,
to sneak
good
up on
point.
him.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking, because if it was Green Arrow...
Like if they were in
Yeah.
a field, Hawkeye gets him every time because he hits more often.
But if they're in the
But
woods,
if they're in the
Oh,
woods,
I'm going
they're
with Rambo
tracking
because
each
of that.
other.
I think he convinced me.
If it was Green Arrow, that's different. He grew up on an island, tropical island. He's in the woods a lot. Hawkeye was in a circus.
Circus, yeah. There's not a whole lot of hiding behind trees in circuses.
No, just the yak lady. Just the yak lady.
Yak lady.
Yeah. So we're going Rambo, First Blood. Thank you, Bob.
All right.
We got another one?
Yeah, we got Face Off from Bobby H.
Do we actually have time?
No, we're out of time.
Oh, let's do one.
What? You want to do it?
Just one.
Just one.
Yes.
Okay.
He has Fantastic Four versus the Incredibles in separate head-to-head battles. Okay. So, are we out of town? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting a buzz from the producer here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, we can do Fantastic versus Mr. Incredible. We can do that one. Let's do that. Let's be nice. Mr. Fantastic versus Mr. Incredible. Who wins? Who do you think, Morris?
I never really got Mr. Fantastic's superpower that much.
He's stretchy.
He was super stretchy. So
I don't understand why.
And he's
because
smart.
comics.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Incredible.
The really sad irony of it
going
is
with
not
Mr. Fantastic.
not everything stretches on Mr. Fantastic. Yeah.
I'm going with Mr. Fantastic because Mr. Incredible's best strength is his strength. Mm-hmm. And when you're pounding someone who just stretches whenever you hit him, or you grab him and he just squeezes right through you, I just can't see how Mr. Incredible will.
And Mr. Fantastic's
Beat
pretty
Mr.
damn smart, so
Fantastic.
I'm going with Mr. Fantastic.
I like Mr.
But how's
Incredible
Mr.
better.
Fantastic going to defeat him?
Strangle him? He's like a boa constrictor.
Oh, I didn't
Round
know
the
he had boa constrictor powers.
If he just wraps his arm around your neck, eventually he's going to kill you. He just keeps wrapping it. That's how you do it. You just twirl a finger for the people at home.
He's incredibly smart. He'll find a way. He'll send them to the
Negative zone.
negative zone. Just
I'll
I don't like you.
I'll give
Zap.
you the smart. If they come to this impasse where neither one can really hurt the other one, then the smarter one's going to win.
So Bobby H, we did one, and we're out of time for the rest. It's time for the news of the geek.
It's time for another installment of the news of the geek.
Damage control.
Damage.
An upcoming single-camera sitcom from The Daily Show alum and Modern Family co-executive producer Ben Carlin is in the works at ABC. Network has given it a pilot commitment, and series is focused on the overworked and underpaid cleanup crew of the Marvel Universe. It's based on a comic book, too. Specializing in dealing
There's an actual comic book
Yeah.
based off. Yeah, didn't write that.
Specializing in dealing with the aftermath of the unique fallout from superhero conflicts, they're the ones in charge of returning lost ray guns, helping to reschedule a wedding venue after it's been vaporized in a superhero battle, or even tracking down a missing prize African parrot that's been turned to stone or goo. I'm taking these are all storylines from the comic books.
I'm assuming if they're getting that specific.
Just how much it will tie into the movie remains to be seen, but there's definitely the potential for some Easter eggs.
What does single camera sitcom?
It's a type of way they do the show.
It's kind of like
So like.
It's single cam is Office like the TV show The Office. There's usually no laugh track. It's
it's not filmed before a studio audience, things
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
As opposed to the multi-camera where, they're acting it out and they're just cutting between cameras back and forth. It's the one camera following them around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a lot better. Usually it's a lot better too. No,
Single camera quality is usually better.
the multicam is like the traditional family sitcoms that are really crappy now, like Dr. Ken that premiered this past week.
You wouldn't know. You didn't see it.
It's on iTunes for free. My brother told me, so I'm tempted. Did you see the trailer I showed you? Did I post it?
I didn't even watch the trailer. I saw, when it
I
first
am
came
showing
out
that
on
to you
the-
at the break.
don't-
You have to see it.
I don't want to see it.
You have to.
I saw the thing from the when you
Oh, you saw the upfronts?
The upfronts,
Oh, same
yeah.
thing then. Okay,
Same
you
thing,
saw
okay.
it. So you did see it and how horrible it was.
Yeah, I saw from the upfronts. I
Yeah.
thought maybe it was a new one or something.
Oh God, no! I hope not. So, the rumor is, and that's what I was talking to you about with Mockingbird earlier in the show. Yeah. The idea is it's going to be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then Agent Carter,
Okay.
then when Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes back on, then Mockingbird, and then in the summer, end of summer is Damage Control is the idea.
That makes sense. A summer.
52 new episodes throughout the whole year, basically.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Well, except for, a couple Christmas or something like that.
Nope. They need
Christmas, we're doing it.
Yep, you got to put something new out during Christmas.
Yeah, we're the studio, yeah. And we're a copper or gangster, yeah, from the 1920s,
See,
yeah.
Blake does the studio
I
executive.
know, he's not here. I was trying to help. I like the idea, though, of Damage Control. It's a unique
It could
idea.
be fun. It could be amusing. I mean, I don't think it will be a huge ratings booster, but, especially during the summertime, I mean, when nothing else is on other than reruns and Big
Mr.
Brother.
Robinson, the TV show. Oh. Craig Robinson was in the show this year. It got canceled.
Yeah,
Anyways,
obviously.
I like the Mockingbird one. I'm intrigued by.
I'd like to see how that goes.
Me too.
Oh, you're dirty.
CBS has put in development for a drama series based on the Nancy Drew character.
Oh, whoo! Let's get those people from the 50s involved.
The 70 to 90-year-old demographic that watches CBS is really getting it now.
Nancy Drew, I remember reading those books as a little girl.
I like to see the studio executives go, so, what's the demographic? 70 to 90? What are those whippersnappers reading nowadays? Well, sir, we got Hardy Boys, and
the Hardy Boys. I think they're a little too on the cutting edge. We need to lighten that up a little.
They might make those women's lady parts tingle. Let's not do that. So let's go on to Nancy Drew. How about her? They always went with that gal, didn't they? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, heart attack. Oh. Anyways, so Nancy Drew's coming to, I don't know, CBS. Grey's Anatomy executive producers Joan Rader and Tony Furlong will co-write the adaptation.
Tony Furlong?
You know what? If CBS doesn't care about what they're putting on TV, I don't care about getting their names right, okay? Fucking Nancy Drew, really?
Oh, wait, it's a contemporary take on the Nancy Drew character.
Yeah, she's now in her 30s.
Isn't that contemporary take of Nancy Drew called Veronica Mars?
She was in her 20s.
Oh.
I think it would be. It says it's now in her 30s. Is that the 1930s or her 30s? I'm not sure which one yet.
Probably the 1930s.
Okay.
They moved the timeline up.
She's still 60. Who is a detective for the NYPD, of course, where she investigates and solves crimes using her uncanny observational skills. That's intriguing. That's never been done before. Well, all while navigating the complexities of life in a modern world. Why do I feel like this is a Scarlett Johansson Age of Me trailer with detectives?
You're taking the teenager and saying, oh, this is what Nancy Drew's going to become. Oh, wow. There's a reason they haven't done that for the past 40 years.
Hey, Jeff, what's that teenage book about the girl, the detective?
You mean Nancy Drew?
Yeah, let's make that show. Does that sound good?
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay,
yeah,
let's not make her...
would like...
I got a question. Do we have to make her a teenager?
Well, she is a teenager.
Okay, I don't like that. Let's make her 30.
That makes sense.
Well, and how about this? How about instead of small town America, we put her in the NYPD?
You see? That's why he makes money. That's why he's a bonus. He's ABC. He's always be closing. Yeah, I like it. This kid's got a golden ticket.
So she goes from small town middle America to the big city when she grows up.
Yeah. How about this? Could she?
And she's smarter than everybody from New York.
Yeah.
Because small town wisdom is better.
How about this though? She's unlucky in love though. What do you think about that?
Everybody from small town USA will strike out in love in New York City.
I like this idea.
And she can't wear yellow. Doesn't she always wear yellow in the books?
What
or is that Curious George?
That's the guy that trains Curious George, the man in the yellow hat.
I remember something with Nancy Drew was always yellow.
I thought you were getting her confused with the Green Lantern.
So the Green Lantern could not attack Nancy Drew. I got it because she wears yellow.
That's why she wanted to protect herself from the Green Lantern.
Or she wears wicker and the other Green Lantern can't attack her because it's wood. He can't do anything against wood. It makes sense.
Well, call up those comic book people. Let's get the Green Lantern in on this.
Okay, do it. We got 8 properties. We got Supergirl, sir. Can she be in it too?
Wait, CBS? Yes, she can.
You know what? This is gold. And when we have a spin-off, let's do the Hardy Boys. Are they teenagers?
Yes.
Okay, let's make them college age, and let's make them be gay.
Together gay? But
Yes.
they're brothers.
Doesn't matter. It's a new world. That's fine.
They have Alzheimer's.
In their 20s.
So they don't know that they're brothers.
CBS needs to hire us. The sad thing is, we actually, I think, lifted that from a CBS meeting. Look at that.
That wasn't us doing impressions. That was a straight out audio footage of a CBS meeting.
Wait a minute. Didn't we used to have that show on a long time ago? It was called the Dukes of Hazzards, right? Weren't they gay? No, I don't think so, sir. They were cousins. So? See, we're better. We're a closer-knit family now. Fuck CBS and Nancy Drew. Seriously.
Wowza.
Just come up with a better idea. Okay.
Moving on.
Fuck that. that. Warner Brothers TV and Fox in the U.S. are teaming up to work on Lethal Weapon series. I forgot I put this in there too. God damn it.
Lethal Weapon now has to, just as long as Joe Pesci's not in it.
He's the main star. No, I'm just kidding. Matt Miller is in charge of developing the new show, which has a pilot order from Fox.
Oh, Fox, it'll be canceled right away.
He'll weave elements from the original series with a new twist. Here we go. You ready for the new twist? Here we go. The show will follow the exploits of a former Navy SEAL and Texas police officer, who moves to L.A. Small town, moves to L.A.
It could be a big town, Texas. Texas has a lot of big towns.
I'm going to say that they don't come from a big town. I'm going to say that right now. After the deaths of his wife and young child, and is paired with an LAPD detective who has to avoid stress at all costs because he has a heart condition.
What's the new twist?
He has a heart condition. He has to avoid stress. Oh no, Danny Glover was that.
That's pretty much Danny Glover's character.
Did you guys see Californication?
I never did.
At the end, in one of the series, he's writing for a TV show that's kind of like a joke TV show. It's like based on a movie, like a cop movie, and they're turning it into a TV show, and it sounds a lot like this. It sounds like this is what they were joking about when they were doing that, like this cop movie.
I'm glad you said that. We got audio recording from Fox's boardroom. So I came in and I watched Californication last night, and this guy in it, I think it's autobiographical, right, that show? Yeah, I think it is. That David Duchovny, he's a hell of a writer. I'm going to say, he wrote this joke show about an LA cop being teamed with a Texas cop. Let's do it. It's called Lethal Weapon. That was his board meeting. Silence.
Great.
Why was he speaking in an Amish accent?
Y'all. I mean, seriously, why do we have to make a Lethal Weapon? Just name it something else. No.
Loaded Weapon?
I would watch a Loaded Weapon series above Lethal Weapon.
Beverly Hills Cop?
No, they canceled that too. That was greenlit last year, remember?
Really?
Yes.
You did not know that? Oh, no, it was about Axel's son. Yes, and Eddie Murphy was going to star in like the pilot and make cameos.
What they need to do is make a Beverly Hills Ninja TV show.
No, they shouldn't have even made the film.
Oh, well, okay.
No, but I mean, like, seriously, like, okay, I understand if you're, I don't know, trying to make, I don't know, give me something the new kids like nowadays. Not
New Kids on the Block?
No.
Oh.
Like, The Maze Runner. Nobody likes that.
Some kids like that.
Okay, say the Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Okay, make that into a TV show. Don't follow the main person, but make that into a show. You know what? It has a built-in audience. Who the fuck is going to watch
That
this show?
would be interesting. Just show, like, the Hunger Games from, Hunger Games number 50.
Yeah.
And show, like, 25 years worth of different Hunger Games.
I just came up with a better show than Fox and CBS just did. I took 10 seconds.
Damn it, quick! Buy the rights to that!
Buy the rights to that fucker. But I mean, seriously. So, you have a built-in audience with the Hunger Games or something in the last, 30 years. Who's going to watch this show from Lethal Weapon? Nobody's going to say, oh, Lethal Weapon, I love that, in the 1990s and 80s.
I bet the 365 Flicks podcast guys will watch that.
Yeah, but they're British.
I think I'd say Scottish.
Yeah, that's true. We like her.
That's a no-no.
Thanks for calling me a diva. Anyway. I thought they were Irish. Anyways.
Welsh. We'll just settle on them being Welsh and get it over with.
Oh, we don't have a potato. Anyways.
I just read something the other day that Welsh people didn't really have sex with sheep as often as was originally thought.
We apologize for nerdly.co.uk.
I'm serious. I saw a big story about this.
How's that big story? That cannot be on a real thing.
Where it was, maybe not a big story, but it was like it was a story, like an actual news story, saying that
You sure
apparently
it
was something about it being illegal to
have sex with animals.
It was you get your hand cut off if you were stealing a sheep, but if you were just having sex with the sheep, you would only get like a slap on the hand or something. So people who were stealing sheep who were caught with it would say that they were having sex with it just to get the lesser punishment. And as a result, the Welsh got this terrible reputation as these people who have sex with sheep all the time.
Chris, you guys are, can you help us out on this one? Chris, Kevin, you guys are Welsh. Let us know. Anyways, so...
I hope it wasn't a joke article because I completely believed it.
Well, it is now. It's a real story now. Chris, Kevin, 365, help us out here. Apologize for any of the British listeners. Anyways, moving on.
And Welsh listeners.
And my heritage is completely Welsh.
Oh, don't even go there, okay? Let's not.
Morris, I am completely Welsh.
Okay. So, okay.
I think my family still owns a castle out there or something.
Oh,
Sweet, we're visiting it next time we visit Wales.
But do you understand where my point, though? Like, the lethal weapon? Like, there's not a built-in audience for that anymore.
That's right, we were talking about
After we get with the sheep fuckers, which is my punk rock band name, the sheep fuckers. Anyways, so, I mean,
I'm looking it up right now.
Don't use my computer. So, I mean, do you not think that's true, though? I mean, is there a built-in audience for this anymore?
Well, let's see, when was the last Lethal Weapon movie? 92?
7? No, they made 4. Chris Rock was popular in one of them.
Oh, okay.
In Google, I put in do the W-E-L, and first thing that comes up, do the Welsh hump sheep.
Although that's an interesting...
The English call the Welsh sheep shaggers.
That's my other rock band name. I like that.
This is Urban Dictionary, Welsh.
Sheep Shagger is the name of the title. Oh, is that okay?
Well, it's loading.
Okay.
I have the oldest phone at the table.
Anyway, so moving on. Quickies. Speak of sheep shackers. Quickies, the iconic slave bikini worn by Princess Leia in Star Wars.
Worm?
Worn.
Like
I have a
worm.
speech impediment.
Is it a slave bikini worm? What the hell is that?
Worn by Leia in Return of the Jedi, sold for $96,000 this weekend in auction. Opened at $80,000. Nobody came forward. It was anonymous. Anonymous?
Anonymous?
Thank you.
No, that was me making fun
I
of
know
you.
it was.
Phenomena. Phenomena.
But obviously that person did not come forward because they would be ridiculed for the rest of their lives for having that.
Okay, I'd like to read this if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, Welsh.
Well, the best part of News of the Geek. Here we go.
Welsh. A race that is misunderstood by their neighbors, the English, due to their craftiness and intelligence. The English call the Welsh sheep shaggers, due to an old trick used by the Welsh against their gullible English neighbors in medieval times, when the English had a nasty habit of fucking sheep. When Wales adopted English law, they noticed the penalty for shagging a sheep was less than stealing one, due to the English's habit. So whenever they were caught stealing a sheep, they would instead say that they were planning to fuck it instead to avoid the fine. Therefore, there is a long list of crimes involving Welshmen shagging sheep, although it is only the English who would actually ever fuck a sheep. It's just another example of the Welsh tricking the English once again.
That was written from the Welsh perspective.
You think?
There's this battle going on between the Welsh and the English about who fucks more sheep.
You're a fucking sheep shagger. Who makes our new softball team next year, Jeff? The sheep shaggers.
Don't think they are. You should change your fantasy football team to the sheep shaggers.
I don't like the San Diego theater majors. They're both pointless. Anyways, moving on. Assassin's...
I think the sheep shaggers got lots of points.
Yes. Assassin's Creed added Jeremy Irons and Brandon Gleeson to play the fathers of the two leads of the film. Gleeson will play Michael Fassbender's father and his penis, while
Jeremy's penis.
Michael Fassbender has a big penis.
Yeah, but Brendan Gleeson will play his penis.
Yes, he's that big. Jeremy Irons is parenting Marion Cotillard.
Marion Cotillard.
Yeah, that person. Fassbender's character Callum was created just for the film. Other characters are said to be new additions to the series too. and the filmmakers wanting to use the movies to bring different characters into the world to possibly make sure there was no issues, continuity
Thank you.
issues. I cannot talk. Relating to many of the games. Are you
I
excited about this? Because you're a fan.
I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed, but I think it would make a terrible movie because the plot lines are often pretty stupid.
Okay.
Like, I really don't like the plot lines, but what makes the Assassin's Creed games cool is how totally accurate their depiction of the world, the cities and everything are. And with them being that accurate, it's fun to go explore them. It's like you're actually in that time period. And then the battles and everything are fun as well. But
I'm intrigued by it. I don't think I'm going to rush out and see it.
I just don't like the idea of who are they, the Templars versus the Assassins, in this never-ending battle that goes on, and it just
Never-ending
seems
battle. That sounds like the Super Friends versus the Legion of Doom.
It would be. Brainiac's in it. Nicolas Cage passed on the role of Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh my God, I feel sick to my stomach reading the fact that it was ever offered.
I thought of you and Blake immediately when I saw this.
That is terrible. I hope that's just a hoax somewhere.
No, Nicolas Cage mentioned it in an interview recently.
Nicolas Cage, maybe in his mind he was offered the role.
All I know is that if you go online...
Lisa Marie Presley probably said, "Do you want to play Aragorn?" He's like, "No, not really."
He passed on it. He didn't think it was going... He was doing something else. I forget what it was. I'll get to it. Lethal Weapon, last one came out in 1998.
Okay.
So, 17 years. That's a big fan base still.
Yeah.
I love the Lethal Weapon fan fiction that's been out since then. It's great.
Didn't Murtaugh and Riggs hook up in the fan fiction?
Yeah. So there is your news of the geek.
Wow, it's time to grab your balls of fury. It's Plotlines with Jeff and Jason.
And Jeff Morris.
Yes.
Let's see. This week on Plotlines, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, Plotlines is where we get the title and year of a movie, and based only on that, we try to come up with a plotline and possible actors who star in said movie. This week, from Nikki, she asks us to try My First Mister from 2001.
Okay. I did see it real quick. It's 2001. Morris, what would you like to say?
Tara Reid's a prostitute.
Like, is that your real life question, comment, or is that about the movie?
This is the movie.
Oh.
Tara Reid plays a prostitute.
Okay, good call. Thank you.
In My First Mister, where she's starting to come to terms with being a prostitute, and she ends up falling in love with him and leaving the whole prostitute gig thing.
And who's the co-star? I'm sorry. Tara Reid and who? Ian Ziering?
Well, he's not going to insult Ian now.
No. I got a quick question. I did meet Ian Ziering at our Cincinnati Comic Expo a couple weeks ago. He did not have very nice words to say about you after Sharknado, the first one. So, he said, don't come around him again. Just saying, more since you were a technical advisor on the first Sharknado, he is not happy with you.
I think you just made that whole story up.
Well, he was there.
He was at the Comic Expo.
What are you going to do? Call him? Put him on, just got him on your 1985 cell phone. My bad. Does that even store phone numbers? Anyways.
Wow.
Okay, so you're going to Tara Reid's a prostitute, and she falls in love. So it's kind of like Pretty Woman.
Yeah, except for at the end, she gets cut up by her pimp and put in a suitcase, and they find her on a train.
That'd be a much better Pretty Woman movie. Anyways. Okay, Jeff, now?
I'm guessing it takes place in post-Civil War United States South, where it's, incredibly hot summer, and I'll say Jennifer Connelly is playing a Southern woman.
I do declare.
And
Jennifer Connelly.
Somebody invents a contraption to get the flowing water to kind of spread about so it's nice and cool as opposed to being hot and
This is the worst film I've ever heard. Do you work for CBS?
but I might. But she gets her first Mister.
I just figured out that 2001 wasn't part of the title of the movie. I thought it was my first Mr. 2001.
Well, that screws up my script because I had Hal coming back from Revenge from 2001. My first Mister. I'm going to say somebody who's losing their virginity. I'm going to say college age man. I'm going to say who's gay, and he comes out, and it's a touching story, and he falls in love with his professor. I'm going to say that. And it's taboo. This is a horrible script. And it stars Casper Van Dien. I don't know.
Who's the professor?
Oh, God.
Russell Johnson.
The comedian? Oh, that's Russell Brand.
Oh.
Never mind. It's not Russell Brand. Donald Sutherland?
It said Russell Johnson because he played the professor in Gilligan's Island.
Oh, that one. Okay. The professor. I don't know what this movie is.
Apparently you do. You just guessed.
Yes. I'm going to say Robin Williams in a not credited role or a one under the radar. Can I go with that?
If you want to go with that.
That is a horrible idea. Man, CBS has it tough. I'm sorry, guys, about my earlier
I'm
comments.
voting for mine.
I'm going with yours. I want to join in on Morris's over here. Okay, so Morris, I'm with you. I'm going to say Tara Reid. She gets chopped up at the end. Can we say her boyfriend, though, comes back and kills the pimp at the end?
You can even make him Casper Van Dien.
The boyfriend or the pimp?
Whichever one you wanted.
The boyfriend. And he comes back in the last scene as he sees the pimp, and he's like all, in this drug house, and he's like, "What the fuck you want?" And he's like, "You motherfucker." Bam! And that's how it ends. What do you think about that? I just
Are
wrote
you
the fight.
writing the script, or are we just trying to figure out what this movie
From
movie
A,
is
love it from
about?
Do we have it up? Do you have it up on yours?
I'm trying to bring it up.
Oh, that's what she said.
Ooh.
I got it. Well, it stars Albert Brooks,
I very doubt we're anywhere close.
Henry Brown, Gary Bullock. Okay, so Albert Brooks and Lisa Sobrinsky.
Leela Sobinsky?
Yes.
I've heard of her.
Yeah. What was she?
17-year-old girl
She's
has
in
a
Blood
truck.
Rain.
Stop.
I think.
Yes, that's what she's going to be known for.
She was in American Pie, wasn't she?
No.
No, I don't think Leela Sobinsky was.
17. Can
Unless-
I finish?
Apparently you can't.
Like, not Tara Reid, but the other blonde?
I'll say no.
The story of an unlikely couple, 49-year-old clothing store manager and a rebellious 17-year-old girl.
Prostitute girl?
I don't know.
Is there a suitcase at the end?
It has a troubled relationship.
Ooh, it's sounding more like a suitcase.
I may not be wrong. Anyway, wrong. Yeah, so there's my first Mister. Jeff, you got anything else on it?
I'm sorry. I was looking up Leela Sobinsky.
Do you have anything on that?
Let's see. She was in. Wow, she's in a lot of things. She was in an episode of News Radio. Deep Impact.
That's what it was.
Eyes Wide Shut. My First
Eyes Wide
Mister.
Shut.
Joyride. The Glass House. Uprising.
Glass
The Idol.
House.
Max. Frasier. Dangerous Liaisons TV miniseries. Hercules. Lying.
Okay.
Heavens Fall in a Dark Place. The Wicker Man from 2006. The
That's
Elder
the one
Son.
with Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
88 Minutes. Oh, she was in The Name of the King.
Oh.
A Dungeon Siege Tale.
Okay,
that
time
was
out,
the Uwe Boll
Here we
movie
go.
she was in.
It's a 17-year-old goth girl with multiple face piercings. Oh no! And a fondness for graveyards. Randall is a middle-aged salesman with an obsessively tidy life and fear of anything new. When they meet, opposites collide. So, the chain reaction sparks a life-altering meltdown for them both. Critically acclaimed comedy. Let's see. Desperate to escape the world of her cheery mom, Carol Kane. Oh my god. And mindless classmates, Jennifer impulsively applies for a job at Randall's conservative clothing store. Soon an unlikely friendship blooms. But even as Randall attempts to show Jennifer the possibilities of her future life, or of her own future, Jennifer discovers an extraordinary secret haunting Randall's past.
What is it?
Suitcase. What's in the box?
What's in the box? Oh, Leonard Moulton said it was wonderful and unpredictable. That's not going to be good then.
Well, but how could we have guessed this?
I don't know. Always go with Albert Brooks from now on.
Well, it is our rules, so, you know.
Thank you, Nikki. That was a good one. She comes up with some very good ones. I got something quick. The role of Aragorn in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings films was ultimately taken by Viggo Mortensen. He was a late replacement for Stuart Townsend, who left 4 days into the role.
When he was fired because Peter Jackson said, I made a mistake.
Oh. However, Nicolas Cage said in Newsweek he was offered the part by Peter Jackson but had to turn it down. There were different things going on in my life at the time and precluded me from being able to travel and be away from home for 3 years. Is that when his bankruptcy started, or his tax evasion issues?
If he was evading taxes, you'd think he would leave the country.
No, that's when the IRS was coming down on him and he was being...
3 years. I think it only took him 1 year to shoot the 3 movies.
He says
the reshoots, maybe that.
I can enjoy them as an audience member. I don't really watch my own movies, so I generally do have the joy of watching these, especially with Lord of the Rings. Okay. And he was promoting his latest project, Pay the Ghost. Sure, straight to Netflix soon.
I don't know. You want me to read about Pay the Ghost?
No, not really. Okay, moving on. So there's your fun things. We got box office news now.
Pay the Ghost.
No,
from 2015. The computer's running slow, so enjoy the great radio while I pull this up. A professor frantically searches for his son who was abducted during a Halloween parade. Oh, that sounds good. 1 year after Mike Lawford's young son disappears during a Hollywood carnival, he is haunted by an eerie image and terrifying messages he can't explain. Together with his estranged wife, he will stop at nothing to unravel the mystery and find their son. And in doing so, he unearths a legend that refuses to remain buried in the past.
I feel like this is Nicolas Cage's own life.
I feel this is just a remake of My First Mister.
Very similar. Very similar. Very
Pretty
similar.
close. But, yeah, no, I won't be watching that because I won't watch any Nicolas Cage
But you sounded
movies.
so excited when you were reading the synopsis.
Yeah, but then I read Nicolas Cage was involved, and I said, no, it's going to suck.
Nope. The Rock.
The bees! The bees!
Welcome to The Rock.
Terrible.
It's my Sean Connery. Okay, so box office
Yeah, your
news.
Sean Connery impersonation is better than the movie.
Welcome to The Rock. That was awful.
So that was box office news.
No, it wasn't.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
You're right, Jason. That wasn't box office bombs or box office news. This is. That was Plotlines. This box office news. Bombs. Is there any bombs?
No.
Any bombs?
2 weeks in a row.
And I mean, come on. Are we like not at the end of September?
Good think.
This is where bombs galore should be going off. Top 5 this week, starting at The Martian with its $55 million in its opening week.
I'm interested in seeing that.
I
too.
wanted to see this opening night. I fell asleep, or I was falling asleep about 8:30 that night. I was that exhausted. I don't even know why. It was a long week last week. And so it started at 9, and my wife's like, you're not going because you're not going to be awake. I was like, nope, not going to happen. So I think I might see it probably next week when I get a chance.
Cool. Well, let me know if you need. As long
Anybody
as
wants to go?
Nothing else.
So.
I would like to go.
All right. We'll shoot you a message.
Okay.
If your cheap old phone can take our text messages.
I like how Jeff now is like, now, oh, behold, he's like Lex Luthor when he gets power. Oh, Superman, you want to punch me? I got kryptonite. My suit's made of kryptonite.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hotel Transylvania 2 made $33 million, a total of $90 million on an $80 million budget.
I did see the first one.
On purpose?
Yeah, my son was sick on this past weekend. Both my kids were.
Aww.
And he wanted to see a new show, and it was $4 to rent. And
Way too much.
he saw it, but he hasn't seen it in a long time, and I never saw it. And it was $8 to buy. So I said, well, we'll just buy it. It's on digital.
$8 poorly spent.
It actually was not bad. I know you're tough on cartoons, but for a kid's perspective, like I wouldn't say I would watch it every time. It's not like a Pixar film, but it was enjoyable. I liked it. I liked the old horror movie monsters, so it was kind of fun how they brought them in.
Like the old horror movies? What?
Horror. Shut up.
You said it was Adam Sandler?
Well, that's the part. And Kevin James was in it.
Oh, Jason likes a Kevin James movie.
It was not Kevin James' movie. He was like a cameo for like 10 minutes. Shut up.
It's still a movie that Kevin James was in, and you're a big fan
Surprisingly,
of
he actually
it.
played himself in the cartoon. It was just a Kevin James monster. Oh, I'm funny. I'm the zookeeper.
Last time I was on, didn't we all sell Adam Sandler?
We did.
He did.
Jason's buying him now.
Well, maybe I will. I did enjoy it, though. So...
Sicario made $12 million in its first widespread release, total of $15 million on a $30 million budget.
One of the guys I know that I work with is a big movie guy, and he's like very particular, like on his movies, very tough critic.
Good for him.
He loved it.
Oh.
He said it was very well done.
I decided I didn't want to see it because that was the ad that kept popping up every time I was just trying to play something on, watch something online. That ad started being, and I'm like, I'm tired of this fucking ad. I'm never going to watch this fucking movie.
Emily Blunt gets naked, though.
Oh, maybe I will watch that movie.
There you go, see? Next.
The Intern made $11.5 million, a total of 36 on a $35 million budget.
They said they're expecting about $60 million for it.
And which one's the intern?
Robert De Niro plays the intern. He's an
80-year-old or 70-year-old man who gets
Anne
a job as an
Hathaway.
intern for Anne Hathaway.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? I actually will probably watch it once it comes on Netflix and that.
I actually want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to the theaters to pay the theater prices for it. Unless my connections at the old theater will hook me up.
I'm still selling my Robert De Niro stock.
We sold him last week. We figured he's not long for this world.
And he's never coming on your show.
And the Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials made $7.5 million, total of $63 million on a $61 million budget. So it's got its money back, and it's probably making buku bucks overseas.
It's not huge overseas. I think that a total of 130, 140 total.
But enough for Maze Runner 3.
They said the studio's okay with it. They're happy with it enough because it's still going to make profit. So...
Step 3, profit.
Yes. And what's coming up, Jeff?
Upcoming October 9th, we got Pan. That looks to be about it coming up.
Yeah, Peter Pan's new movie.
A new movie about Peter Pan, which I don't think is going to be too good because, new twists on old classics usually tend to not be too good.
I think I would watch it if Christopher Walken was Hook and not Hugh Jackman.
And Tinkerbell got naked.
Yes.
Oh, who's playing Tinkerbell?
Christopher Walken.
Okay.
Yes. He did such a good job in the musical.
All right, buy or sell this week. First on the block, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon!
You buying or selling Matt Damon?
Buying that shit.
Oh, fuck yeah, buying Matt Damon. I mean,
I'm fucking Matt Damon.
As the one meme that was going out, between Saving Private Ryan, The Martian, and Interstellar, U.S. has spent shitload of money just to retrieve Matt Damon.
Yes. If it was Ben Affleck, they won't let him float off. Oh, Ben, sorry. Yeah, we're filled.
But is he proving himself as leading man material, or is he just going to fade into secondary roles?
They said
again?
this could be an Oscar performance for him. They think it would not surprise that he would be up.
The Martian made $55 million in a September release.
Ridley Scott's...
But this could be the peak. This could be where you sell.
He's he's doing the new Bourne.
I'm buying, you're right.
Bourne movie.
Another Bourne movie, yeah. No, Matt Damon, he's just getting started. 40 years from now, when he's doing The Intern 2, we can sell him.
Because he won't be long for the world. And we won't be here, but
Buy or sell Ridley Scott.
I'm selling.
Yeah,
The director, yeah.
Well,
I gotta buy it.
I knew you would.
He's a popular director.
Is he popular enough that new stuff is going?
He's
be able to
bringing
make
out
good
Prometheus
stuff.
2 and 3.
We're not talking about making good stuff. We're talking about making successful stuff.
A little bit of both, remember?
Successful.
A little bit of both.
Do you think he'll make successful stuff?
I think he will, based on his name alone.
Okay. There is talk
2
about
and
a
3.
new Alien before Prometheus 2, though.
Yes. Why, I don't know, but you know. Maybe they could make that into a TV show. Or Alien Nation. How about Alien Nation? Can we bring that back for a TV show?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
Jason, buy or sell Ridley Scott?
I'm selling.
I'm holding.
I'm selling.
Gotta buy or sell.
Gotta buy or sell.
What are you doing? What's in the box? What's in it?
What's in it? I'm selling.
Yeah, good man. Good man.
I could be wrong, and this is one I'm hemming and hawing about, but I do think, and I could be wrong, but I think his best work is behind him.
Yep.
Emily Blunt.
Oh, bye. Sorry, did I say that too quick?
You did.
That's what she said.
Quick.
Did that happen too quick?
But yeah, Emily Blunt, honestly, is only on the rise. I don't, she's, yeah. Yeah, she's getting the rise.
She's supposed to be in the next a new Marvel film, too. She's going to be a new character eventually.
Isn't she,
She's not that cute.
Oh.
Isn't she reported to be the next Mary Poppins, too?
Oh, God. Why?
Or at least in the running to be the next Mary Poppins?
Why are you remaking that?
Just to piss you off.
Does CBS greenlight that, too, for a TV series? Can we bring Dick Van Dyke back? I think he's dead, sir.
No, he's not.
Oh. Well, he should be dead,
You're killing Dick Van Dyke off so soon?
I'm selling his stock.
I'll buy some Dick Van Dyke. It's got to be rock bottom price.
I'm glad
It can only go up when he dies.
Glad you finished his name there. So you selling Emily Blunt or buying? You looking up some stats on her? You can't be doing inside trading over there.
Speaking of inside trading, did you hear about the DraftKings?
Yes,
shit?
yes.
I'm buying.
You're buying Emily Blunt?
Yeah. Because you're right, she's going up even though she's not that hot.
John Krasinski would beg to differ.
I agree. John Krasinski's hot. Anyways.
Who's John Krasinski?
Jim from The Office. The main term.
Mr. Emily Blunt.
Yeah, the whole DraftKings thing is shady.
It's incredibly shady.
All of it. It's not regulated. And then that and FanDuel. And did you know that ESPN paid $250 million into it or whatever?
Into DraftKings?
Yeah, they own part of it.
Oh, that's why they're advertising every chance they get.
Yeah, that's all shady.
No, but yeah, I heard was it one of them? I don't know, it was FanDuel or DraftKings. One of them used somebody from there used their information from everybody buying their stuff to go onto FanDuel or whatnot.
One of them. I forget which one.
One of them went and won a ton of money on the other based off of the information they got from their site.
But Jeff, they did an internal investigation and it was all fine.
Yeah, I have no problem with it because obviously this is, gambling, which isn't
It's not a gambling website,
anyway.
Jeff.
Yeah, you're right. It's not, and it's probably run overseas.
Well, it's not a gambling website. I don't know what you're talking about. They say it's not a gambling website.
I don't think they have to answer to the Security and Exchange Commission.
They don't. There's no regulation on it. So it's like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, however you get your information. I mean, okay.
And the people that started this are going to be rich, and then it's going to be closed down in 2 years, and have a good day.
Yep.
So,
ESPN's behind it. It's going for the long haul.
Fuck ESPN. And it was funny because before, and I could be wrong, before they bought stock in DraftKings, it's kind of interesting. ESPN really didn't do a lot of odds, like Vegas odds on
On games,
NFL
like
games. They buy into DraftKings, and we got some odds here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Because I turned it on at the gym the other day, and they were doing odds on football games. I'm like, why are we doing over-unders on game? Like, I don't get it.
Brought to you by DraftKings.
Yeah, and it was like, what the fuck?
Oh, now I get it.
They're so clever. Moving on. Hidden gems. I do have one. Let's see here. I got Kickstarter. We put on our Facebook page today. It's from a friend of the show, Ken Johnson. He did the Batman animated series, Volume 1.
Yes, the book you reviewed.
Yes. He's doing Corpse Corp.
It's pronounced Core.
Sorry.
You don't pronounce the P.
No, that was awful. It is a high-concept horror comic created by Ken Johnson that follows a new employee, Jack, of the Corpse Corporation.
Oh, it is Corp.
It is Corp. Wait a minute.
So he was right and you were wrong.
Well, it's Corpse. Is it Corpse Corp?
Yeah.
Or Corpse Core?
Corpse Corp.
Well,
There's the dot after it.
Meanwhile, this episode brought to you by not only by Suncoast,
But it's still pronounced core, though, isn't it? Or no?
No, Corps is like a Army Corps.
Oh, okay.
This episode
Corpse
brought
Corp.
to you by Corpse Corp and Suncoast Video for all your Laserdisc needs. Let's see, who films the killing of Jack films the killing of real people to sell back as real horror movies. Jack must take down a new batch of 21st century teenagers and overcome his ADHD struggles to create the greatest horror movie ever.
Okay, I don't want to insult anything, but 21st century teenagers, so teenagers.
Hipsters.
Yeah, okay.
I have no problem with that.
Well, it's just the fact that it's 21st century teenagers. I mean,
the way-
so you're saying
Yeah, but if
teenagers.
you could do 80s or 90s too, because that's when horror movies were big.
Well, if this took place in the 80s, and they would have said take place in the 80s.
You say potato, I say potato.
I don't say
Or
potato.
you would say 1980s teenagers.
That would be fun.
But if it's 21st century teenager, you'd just say teenagers.
Modern day teenagers. I don't want to insult Ken or anything, but that just struck me as odd.
You're odd. Moving on.
I am odd.
Can I finish?
I'm trying not to let you.
Okay. That's what she said. So
Jeff, how are things going?
It's a 4-issue comic series that Ken's been working on for some time. It touches on some hilarious commentary of modern and past horror films. But also, by following Jack, our main character and killer, you get the opportunity to explore a character with ADHD in a way that doesn't settle for cheap laughs.
So he's the killer now? Did you just ruin
Yeah,
the story
no, it
for
was
me?
in the beginning. It was in the first
You said
paragraph.
he films the killing, but you didn't say he was the killer.
Films the killing of the real people. Anyways.
I just thought he was the videographer,
No,
not the
It's a
murderer.
4-issue. The art is beautiful on it. Shut up. Anyway. Yes, we're going to do a story about the filmographer, not the killer, just a filmographer.
I think that would be an interesting take.
So why don't you go kickstart that shit?
I will.
Ken, send your complaints to Jeff. Anyways.
At graphic novels.
Yes. No, anyways, the goal is only 500.
That's a low goal. I hope
Yeah.
he makes that then.
So we have the link on our Facebook page at the History of Bad Ideas. Give him some love and some money over there so you can finish it. It's a 4-issue comic series. The art is beautiful. He has some sketches on there as well, and I like the front cover too. So it's very Friday the 13th homage type. The front issue cover. So go ahead, Corpse Corp or Corpse Corporation.
Corpse Corp, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't have a speech impairment right now. Anyway, so
You've
yes.
never-
Speech what?
I don't have a speech impediment. You
Okay.
never did have a speech
Thank you for letting us know about this, and good luck, man. So there you go. Anything else? Any other hidden gems?
I don't have any gems. Jeff, anything you want to throw out to our listeners? Any books you're working on?
No.
Tara Reid autobiography. Are you writing that?
Ghostwriter for Tara Reid's autobiography? That would be
Well, it's not
interesting.
Ghostwriter anymore. Everybody knows who is doing it. No, nothing.
No.
You can't talk about it. Can't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
So I think top 5.
All right. All right, top 5 this week. Suggestion from the Pop Culture Cafe at TPC Cafe on Twitter.
What's that all boot?
The top 5 WTF moments in sci-fi or horror. Oh. I was thinking movies, but that could be any sci-fi or
Yeah,
horror.
it could be any, actually.
Oh,
I think
well,
he
mine's all
recommended.
movies.
I think he did films. I think he did write
He did
films.
say films.
Yeah,
I think
I
he
have
said
all
sci-fi.
I do too.
Okay, I think he said sci-fi films and you added horror.
I did, because I just want to give a little bit broader, so.
Oh, most of mine are horror.
And because you're going to be on here and we know you're horror fetish.
I appreciate that because I love horror movies too, so.
Yeah, most of mine are sci-fi. Cause
See, that's what I figured.
I don't like horror
Oh, when I
movies.
was coming up with them, I was thinking, the rape scene from. So the first
Serbian film?
So the first 6 were like rape,
Rape
scenes,
scenes.
and I'm like, maybe I should
Change that.
expand.
Morris, you can go first.
Well, I suppose the one question we have to do is our individual definitions of WTF. What makes it a what the fuck moment?
Just explain why you think it is.
Okay.
It's different for everybody.
Yeah, that's. I was just wondering if you guys had what you got. Is it different for each movie on yours, or is it pretty much one underlying.
Well, in my mind, it's something that you're watching a movie and it's going along as you expect, and then all of a sudden something happens that you don't really expect, and it just kind of blows your mind.
In a good way or a bad way?
It could go either way.
Okay. Mine are almost all bad. It's like when something comes up and you're like...
In a surprising way, I guess.
Mine's like in a way that, kind of ruins the movie, or they do something that doesn't, changes the way the movie should be going. Good movie going, oh, I forgot one.
Well, my thought was, like, I'm watching it, I'm going, okay, and then I'm just like, why the fuck did they just put that in there? That's another version of what I have, too.
Well, I'm guessing mine's more like a shock thing.
Okay.
Like, whoa, what the...
So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is a rape one. From Evil Dead, where the tree rapes her.
Number 4!
Really?
Yes!
we chose this. I thought this was broad enough that nobody would ever choose it.
That was a creepy thing. Scared the hell, like, not scared, just like, what the fuck?
And it's like out of nowhere that the tree just suddenly starts raping this chick.
Yes! Number 4 for me. Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was easy. It's gonna be quick.
You guys want to go on, or
no? I saw
it. Do we have to go on beside the tree raping a chick?
I saw Evil Dead for the first time. This was when I was 21, 22, probably 22, at a convention, horror movie convention, and they were doing a late night showing of it, and I remember saw it, and then Bruce Campbell was there, so I went in and saw it. It was free, and I sat down. And I'm like, it's kind of fucked up. Still fucked up. Oh my God, there's a tree, and what is he doing to that woman? And that was pretty much it was pretty much balls to the wall after that. So yeah.
Well, there's a lot of little what the fuck moments from Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness, but this one is the most shocking and out there.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of fits into the mindset of the Evil Dead series.
I'm trying to change my numbers on a couple other ones here.
Oh, okay. So your number 4 is already off.
Yeah. My number 5 is going to be a tie. I'm changing it now. Number 5 is Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Yeah, okay.
I was a kid. I never saw it before. I never knew it.
Really? You didn't know it before you saw it?
No,
how did that keep quiet?
I don't remember. I probably was told, but I don't remember it.
Okay.
And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, it wasn't like a huge one. Huge. That's why it was number 5. But it was still like, oh, okay, well, that's a twist. I like that.
I'm about to say, you were what? 1 or 2 when the Empire Strikes Back came out?
See, I saw Return of the Jedi first.
You saw Return of the Jedi first, and you didn't know that they were
4.
father and son? How did you not see that coming?
I was 4.
Yeah, but still.
But
How
then
many times did he say, "We
it,
shall rule the galaxy together as father and son"?
I was 4. I don't remember it. But then when I went back and saw them, then I was like, oh, okay. When they came out on VHS in the mid-'80s, that's when I really started watching them. Yeah. Fuck you, okay? I was not alive when they had, those moving pictures that you saw growing up, okay?
You mean Star Wars?
They had a guy playing a piano in it because it was silent. Moving on.
It wasn't silent if they're playing a piano.
I hate you. My number 5 tied with Signs. Okay. Movie Signs. The reason is the whole time it was M. Night.
The whole movie, or
No. I'm getting to
actual
scene. There's a scene. The whole movie is M. Night. It's a M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie. So you keep waiting for a twist, and I like Signs. Okay. But
I don't.
not as good as the song, but Ace of Base. But anyway, so
that's the Sign. I thought you meant the 5-man electrical band.
No.
And signs everywhere. Signs.
Yeah. No. Anyway, so in the movie Signs, we kept trying to figure it out. We previewed the movie before anyone else. My brother was manager there, and we kept trying to figure out what this movie was about.
No, I was manager there.
Whatever. That's right. It was you.
Because I remember that movie about between reels 3 and 4, it went out of frame, and I had to go fix that.
That's why the movie felt a lot longer than it was. Anyway,
well, actually, I had to mark it so I could fix it later. Okay. Because I'd let it flow.
Doing a little inside baseball knowledge here. Woo, look at you go.
It had nothing to do with baseball.
Shut up. Anyway, so we're watching this movie, and I kept trying to figure out the twist. Like, what is it? And I never thought it was actually aliens attacking. I did not think it was aliens that was going to attack.
Oh, you thought it was going to be
I
something
thought it was
other
going to
than
be a different
aliens?
one. And then when Joaquin Phoenix, before he became completely nuts, allegedly, he's watching the TV show, and they're in the Spanish country on the news, and they're like, we got some disturbing footage, all the kids are watching, and that. It's at the birthday party, and you see a fucking alien walk by, and you're like, what the fuck? That's really an alien! This is really an alien movie! I'm on board with that now. So that was my what the fuck, like, I did not expect that.
Aliens who mastered interstellar travel but can't master doorknobs.
In their defense, they were round. The doorknobs. They had square doorknobs on the ships.
Gotcha.
But that was my moment. I was like, oh, this really is an alien film. Okay, now I'm on board. So what's your number 5, Jeff? Now?
My number 5 was the movie Dune.
The whole movie? That is a what the fuck.
Specifically, when Sting comes out in the codpiece. And it's like, really? What the fuck am I watching? I thought I was supposed to watch the film adaptation of a highly...
But he is a wrestler, so he had a good body.
No, wrong Sting.
Oh, my bad.
Sting's codpiece in Dune. I'm like, what the fuck?
Moving on, what's number 4?
Hey, I was limited to sci-fi horror movies here. There are a lot of other what the fuck moments in other movies, but...
Okay.
My number 4 is in The Matrix Reloaded. Just the whole architect scene. When he goes to the architect and he explains all the things. And you're like, really? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's what this is about?
I would probably put it on the list, but then I just don't care about The Matrix anymore.
Well,
Even
neither
then,
do
I didn't care about it. And I was just like, you gave up. I'm done. You didn't know what you were writing, so why should I care?
Yeah, like that explanation, like, that makes no sense.
No.
It sounds like you're trying to throw out words and phrases that seem like they mean something.
And every time I see, anytime I hear somebody talk about that with the architect or the Matrix, every time the first thing I go to is the MTV Music Awards when they did or Movie Awards when they did a parody and they walked into that room and the architect was played by Will Ferrell in a big thing and it's like that's the thing I remember and I think that it's canon in the film because that's what I picture.
Because you picture it being Will Ferrell.
Yes. My number 4 was The Tree. So Evil Dead. Well played, Morris. What's your number 4?
The shower scene from Psycho.
Okay.
Because I think I might have known that it was going to happen when I first saw it. I don't remember, but still having your main character, like pretty much the only character in the movie up to that point, get killed at that point. Mm-hmm. Like not even halfway, not even probably a third of the way into the movie, if that. Your main character just gets killed in the shower. And it's that shocking that what the fuck just happened here.
And I hope, and I don't think you were in this, but Scream? Did anyone have Scream?
No.
I don't want to ruin anybody's top 5. Guess I did already, though. Yeah. If I did, they did. But when Drew Barrymore died in Scream, everybody was shocked by it, and I was like, it's really not that shocking. I know she's the main, like you thought she was the main star and she died in the beginning. At the time, it was a big thing that everybody was shocked that she died. But I was like, okay, it's Wes Craven. He's paying an homage to Psycho. And it's like, that didn't surprise me that she died.
Well, it didn't surprise me because it was never put out that Drew Barrymore is the star of the movie.
Some of the things that they were promoting was. And that's the thing, and that's the reason. But I was never shocked by that. I was like, okay.
I was actually surprised when I saw Drew Barrymore on screen when the movie started because I didn't know she was in the movie.
There you go.
But, Psycho, I wish, like everything from Psycho was ruined for me before I ever saw it.
That's my thing too.
Scene, and it's like, that would be so great to be able to go back and see it without knowing anything.
That's a good top 5. Well, yeah. Seeing a movie for the first time, like when it was originally released, and being wowed or whatever. So.
Seeing a movie, what movies would you want to see without them having been spoiled?
Yeah, I like that.
I originally saw them.
My number... you're talking about the Vince Vaughn Psycho movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, with Anne Cash. You see your butthole.
Jeff has 3 here.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, number 3.
Oh.
Yeah, we stake it around.
That's right. I think this is sci-fi, but this is my closest to that line between sci-fi and fantasy. And
okay.
But when John I think it's John Cusack, goes into that tunnel in that movie, and then he comes out the other end as John Malkovich.
Oh, being John Malkovich.
Oh, being John Malkovich.
Being John Malkovich. So that moment when he goes through that and he comes out and you're like, what the fuck? It would have been better if they had the title of the movie not been being John Malkovich, just to make it more of a what the hell is happening here type of thing. But that idea is just so shocking and so weird at that point.
I think the one that threw me off was when John Malkovich went down the tunnel, and whatever the hell was going on, like every person in the room was John Malkovich.
It's been a long time since I saw that movie. My number 3, the ending to Cabin in the Woods. Did you ever see Cabin in the Woods? Okay, I'm going to spoil it. These kids are in the cabin, or they're in the woods, and they basically go downstairs and they see all these artifacts. And it's actually kind of the middle, too, is the what the fuck. So you just think it's a typical horror movie that these kids are in the woods. Well, then you find out that this whole thing was set up by... It's in a controlled atmosphere, the cabin is, and it's controlled by this, like, secret society of scientists and all that, and the governments and that. And what happens is if they don't sacrifice the right people, like if these kids don't die and sacrifice the gods will destroy the earth. Well, spoiler alert, it's been like 7 years. The kids survive, and like the other tests, like throughout the world, there's a couple other ones, like there's Japanese girls that have ghosts attacking them in a classroom. They laugh at them and they get them in a box, and they're like, oh no, they beat the ghost! Like, what the fuck? So then they go, and then you go to the cabin in the woods, they're the last of them, they all gotta die! And you see these scientists taking bets on this betting board, like, who, what monsters are they going to pull out with these artifacts by grabbing the basement? The kids don't know this is, a test. They just think they're in the woods and they're getting fucked over by this cannibal or, this guy. On the board is like a merman, a unicorn, all this stuff, like giant snake, and people are taking bets on what they think is going to be released and what's going to do the final kill. Well, spoiler alert, 2 of the kids survive. And so they find out about it, and they find passage, they get into the scientist's like secret thing that's underneath the cabin, and they release all the monsters, and you see a unicorn stab a scientist. You see the merman attacking, and you get to the end, the kids are like, yeah, we did it. Next thing you know, all blows up. You see this giant hand of a god coming up from the cabin, smack the earth, and destroy it. And that's it. And I was like, wow. What the fuck was that? It was Joss Whedon. He wrote it. Just recently, about 5-6 years.
It was 7 years ago last time you said it.
It's a great horror movie, and you're just like, oh my god, it really is true that the gods are going to destroy this earth if they don't get a sacrifice. But it's funny because they have these ghosts in Japan, and the girl's like, ha! And they just throw them in a box and everything else. And they're like, that was the one that we thought was easy. What the hell? These girls aren't afraid of anything. So there you go.
Japanese girls aren't afraid of it.
No. But it was funny, they had the unicorn, and they actually show unicorn stabbing the scientist. Next, Jeff.
All right, my number 3, in my definition, it really isn't considered science fiction, but we're going into Star Wars.
Here we go. Knew this was coming.
Yeah. Well, it was the one part of Star Wars where they tried to add science into it. Fucking midichlorians.
Oh, God.
When they started to, the midichlorians are off the train. I'm like, what the fuck? Really?
That's a bad what the fuck moment.
So midichlorians is my number 3 what the fuck moment.
Okay.
My number 2 what the fuck moment. Did you guys ever see the horror movie April Fool's Day?
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Fucking end.
The back, I remember the cover at the VHS store.
Yeah. Do you remember how the movie ended?
No, I don't remember how it ends.
It was all
a hoax. It was an April Fool's joke.
Really?
Like the girl thinks like everyone's dying and they're all in on this joke. And she's scared for her life the entire weekend, and then she like running away from murder walks into the room and they're all sitting there going, April Fools!
So one elaborate April Fool's Day joke.
It was.
Okay, good one, Jeff. Shoot, now I gotta get my 2. What was my 2? Oh, crap. Hold on. Fuck
He's
me.
trying to cheat and work around our
Yeah.
answers.
No. Oh, number 2, Blair Witch, the ending.
I considered Blair Witch.
That movie scared the shit out of me. And because,
Literally, it stanks it.
yeah, it stinks. I told before that, going into it, that was a little bit before, right when the internet was starting. They were trying to push it as a true story.
I remember you telling me it was a true story.
Yeah.
And they found this footage, and you were all hyped about it.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird, They did a sci-fi drama about, on Sci-Fi Channel. And I was like, this is really fucked up. And then I saw the end, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck was that? Like, he's standing in the corner, which still scares the shit out of me. And then you look back on it, and you watch it, you're like, it's not as bad. But anyways, the whole thing is, I had no idea how it was going to end. I didn't know what was happening. And then you see that, you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then I saw Blair Witch 2 is a what the fuck, but that's a different what the fuck. So, Blair Witch, what's your number 2, Jeff?
It's a Japanese girl. When the girl first comes out of the TV in the ring.
Samara.
Before that,
That's a good one.
I had not seen the people move in that way, like that.
Yeah.
That weird way that they do in the Japanese horror movies. Like, I hadn't really seen Japanese horror before then, and this is the first American film that did that. Like, after that, they like Silent Hill did that, and the other Rings and the Grudge, so it was something to be expected. But when this first happened, it was creepy as hell, and it was, whoa, what the fuck is she doing?
I would say even creepy at the beginning of The Ring when they showed the picture and their all faces are distorted. You're like, oh, that's creepy. Remember that part?
Not as creepy as when the guy comes out of the TV.
If anybody comes out of the TV.
We could go through the movie.
You can look at the movie and say, whoa, what the fuck? Ooh, that was creepy. But
like watching the video, the video in the that was pretty creepy.
Yeah, that was, especially with the God. Okay.
Naomi Campbell, she's pretty. Naomi Watts, isn't it?
Yeah,
Watts.
She's creepy. Okay, what's your number 1?
The rape scene from the Serbian film.
Nah. We're not going to get into this. If you would.
Hear the tearing.
Oh, God.
oh,
Let's go back to episode 3, and you can listen to it.
that wasn't 3.
I tried to block it from my mind. This is why you haven't been on.
Well, you asked for a what the fuck moment. What could I put for number 1, knowing that I've
Mine's
seen
pretty
this
tame
scene?
compared to everything else now.
Knowing
mine's
that
real
I've
tame
seen this
compared to
scene.
everything.
My number 1, I don't even know if it, I think it's a what the fuck. It just creeps me out because it's the scariest movie I've ever seen and still creeps me out today. But this scene creeps me out the most, and it was like, what the fuck was that? The crab crawl in The Exorcist. When she's walking down the steps in the crab crawl, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? It's kind of like The Ring when she's coming out of the TV. That walk, I never saw it before. Now Bray Wyatt does it in wrestling all the time. But that is, and Exorcist scares the shit out of me. Especially when they do the interlace with the demon photo, like when they're, stop it. I'm a leprechaun! That was my number 2 leprechaun movie. No. I'm a leprechaun! No, so the crab crawl in Exorcist. God, that fucks me over. What the fuck? It's kind of weird.
My number 1 what the fuck moment in sci-fi movies is the Transformers. Just about every other scene. Really? What the fuck? Come on, what the fuck?
Just all of the scenes.
Just every scene, one after another. What the fuck?
Can I have a 1A? I'll join you. My what the fuck 1A? Optimus Prime step on Rose Garden. The Rose Garden.
Oh, I can't step on the bushes. I'm like, really? What the fuck? You're a big fucking robot. Just do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Jeff. I'll put that in there as 1A.
When the one robot pees on the guy. I'm like, really? What the fuck?
It was oil.
I hate you, Michael Bay.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my number 1.
I had an honorable mention of trees walking in The Lord of the Rings. What the fuck?
But trees walking in Guardians of the Galaxy is fine.
That's fine. He's alien life form. I think we've been over
to
this.
A
walking tree.
A fantastical life form. Okay.
Another one. It's my top 5. Honorable mention. Exorcist 3. Not a good film, but watch it. There's a nurse walking in the hallway, and right behind her, like she comes into view and she's walking, nothing's, thing, and it's a long hallway shot. Do you know this scene? There's
I've never seen Exorcist.
Okay.
I didn't know there was an Exorcist 3.
You shouldn't. George C. Scott's in it. And
I think he is, yeah.
Yeah, he is. There's this whole thing. This person made a band, like wrapped in bandages, with a machete, like a machete knife, out like this, straight out, and you see her walk, and then like out of his blue, right behind her is this guy that comes out, and you're like, boom! And it's like, oh, what the fuck was that? And that was scary. That's good honorable mention for me.
Really, a jump, startle, surprises.
Yeah, because I was like, what the fuck? It's an honorable mention, not in the top 5. May not be in the top 10. I'm just giving it as an honorable mention.
Honorable mentions, I have The Happening.
With the whole movie?
Yeah, and it's like, it's the trees? What the fuck? I sat through this movie and the trees are turning on?
That's a good one. I like that one.
Fuck?
Yeah, that's a good one.
But what would probably be my number one, except I couldn't put it as a sci-fi or horror movie, Mulholland Drive. Open the box and what the fuck? I don't know what's going on.
I got In the Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood. There's no way. What the fuck? He slept with Rene Russo? Not happening. Nope, not
really?
happening.
You're saying he wouldn't sleep with her?
No,
in
Rene
real
Russo
life?
has higher class.
Did you want to hear my list of rape scenes?
No.
Clint Eastwood
the
is the
Labyrinth
rugged
rape scene.
gentleman.
Oh, Labyrinth is creepy. And
With David Bowie and
Yes.
Jennifer and the
Hey, second
14-year-old
Sting.
Jennifer Connelly.
Sting and David Bowie are two different people.
Yes.
Jack Frost, where she gets raped by the carrot.
I forgot. I was thinking of Michael Keaton's movie. I was like, I don't think there's a rape scene in that. That's a kid's film.
Like, did I miss something in that?
You both went toward the Michael Jack Frost.
Jack Frost and Michael
Well, actually,
Keaton.
when you first said Jack Frost, I thought of the cartoon about the Guardians that was out like 2 years ago. I was like, there's no rape scene in that.
I was thinking of Michael Keaton, but man, that went dark quick.
Then I had kids rape scene, but I don't think that's sci-fi or horror.
No, that was creepy.
And then I had my other honorable mention was Death Race 2000, where they take out the cripples.
Yeah.
Where they line them all up on the road just so you could take them out and get the bonus
Get
points.
the points, yeah. Whew. We got some listener picks.
All right.
Matthew McDonald. The Drowning of the Rat in James Cameron's The Abyss.
Never saw The Abyss.
I was not happy with The Abyss.
I liked The Abyss. I thought The Abyss was good.
Adrian King had Bishop getting pulled apart in Aliens. That was pretty creepy. Pretty what the fuck. Doug said Tomorrowland, the whole thing. That is a good what the fuck. Fuck you, Tomorrowland. Scrappy being the bad guy in Scooby-Doo. I actually think he's being serious about that. That is kind of a, whoa! I did not expect Scrappy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's sci-fi, though.
2?
1.
It's horror.
What?
It is horror.
It is horror. Wasn't it
this first one?
It was the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, number 2 was Monsters Unleashed. It's all the monsters.
Oh, okay.
Roy from Moving the Needle.
Oh, I'm about to say at Roy Mac?
Yeah.
Oh.
Michael Myers' marathon kills in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Was it an exercise video for the criminally insane or a horror flick?
I don't know. I never watched Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Or Rob Zombie's Halloween.
The first one was okay. Nickel from the Graphic Novice. Human Centipede 1 and 2. That could be a good one. Fuck, that was an honorable mention for me.
Oh my god. Human Centipede is one of those.
Just hearing the plot of Human Centipede is what the fuck.
I saw about 30 minutes of that film, and I can't unsee what I saw. Let's see. Chris Saunders had...
You might want to watch the Serbian film.
No. Finding Starbuck's dead body on Earth in Battlestar Galactica.
I think you just ruined the end of Battlestar Galactica for me.
There you go. Hey, no. Han, Leia, and Chewie getting out of the Millennium Falcon on an asteroid floating through space, walking around and talking, while shooting living, breathing space creatures that fly and make noise somehow, in an environment that can't have gravity, can't convey sounds, can't support life, and would be frozen solid unless the belly of a creature on an asteroid somehow defies every known aspect of outer space.
I think...
Hannah wins?
No, I think that... asteroid creature bellies do defy every known aspect of outer space.
And Jeff would know. He has a degree, a minor in asteroid alien bellies.
Yeah.
So,
but I've got a degree in like asteroid. The biggest problem is, flying through an asteroid belt is probably one of the easiest things in the world to do since they're millions of miles apart from each other. asteroids. Oh, look, there's an asteroid. I'll avoid it.
That would be a lot better Star Wars film. Move it to the left.
I did have an honorable mention from Empire Strikes Back, the incest scene.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
I wouldn't want the fuck until later, though.
Yeah, but rewatching it, you're...
Yeah, my son rewatched them all, and every time it comes, I'm like, ugh.
It makes you a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. He had it all planned out, though. He really did. What's his face? George Lucas. I had it all planned out. Michael Leal at Michael Lee. I think it's Michael Lee. The alien at the end of Alien 4, the half-human one, gross. Yep. I would say the whole Alien 4 movie.
I don't think I saw Alien 4.
It was awful. This is what I got an issue with.
Fincher?
Yeah.
Or was that...
Oh, no.
Alien 4 was the French director.
Yeah. We talked about this before, I think, last time you were on. And Joss Whedon wrote it. Let's see. Jason X. Fuck you. Let's see. Jason X being a direct-to-DVD style sci-fi film. Terrible and not in a good way. All Jason's kills were in extremely brightly lit rooms on a spaceship. What the fuck? That was an awesome film.
That was the only...
Isn't that the film where you came up with the history of bad ideas?
Yeah.
That might have
been
where it
yes,
started.
because that's our next one. Oh, I gotta move that up.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take that down. Let's do that.
To like number 3?
No, I think okay, we'll do 3. Okay. That is it. We did. That is where we came up with the Hit Your Bad Ideas.
Or wait.
It might have been
No,
Freddy
it was
versus
Poking
Jason.
the nose, the poke in the stick.
No, yeah, it was the cabin one.
Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever, I think.
When you're
is what
poking
it was.
No, it was a Jason. It was a Jason
might
one
be
where
the
they put him in the back of the truck to drive him back.
I think we started
That was
saying...
in Freddy versus Jason, but I thought it was when we first started saying in the history of bad ideas came. I thought it was Cabin Fever.
What came out first, Cabin Fever? I know that we did it on both of them. It's
Okay.
whichever Freddy versus Jason or Cabin Fever.
I'll look up Cabin Fever.
What? Hey, so anyways, Jason X, I
Cabin
loved.
Fever 2002.
Okay. Jason X?
Jason
I'm going to say
X 2001.
Yep, so is Jason
Or,
X.
Well, Freddy versus Jason.
That was 2004 or 3.
2003.
Yeah. So is Jason X. I think it is.
I'm thinking that it was the first time that I remember you saying it was they decided to put Jason in the back of the truck to drive him back to the camp or whatever.
Yes. Crystal Lake. And Jason
You said
Revere.
in the history of bad ideas.
Okay, so anyways, what I'm going with, I love Jason X. It's a really bad film, and it is hilarious.
I'm surprised, Michael, because it was bad in a good way, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, they're running around on the spaceship, and they put the what do you call it? Hologram room up or something,
and he's
so
got
they
the
put him back in Crystal Lake, and they have the 2 sorority girls in a pillow fight in the woods at Crystal Lake, and next thing you know, he's banging a sleeping bag with the body in it against the tree, and it's like, it's okay. He just wants his machete back.
And finally, we got Bobby H. His top 5 was Jason being shrunk to a little boy by toxic waste in Jason Takes Manhattan. You could do the whole Jason Takes Manhattan movie.
Oh, yeah. No, the terrible movie. I don't even remember that.
Coach Dominatrix kill in Nightmare 2. Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
You know, I have not seen the second Nightmare on Elm Street. I saw 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But I've never seen 2.
Brad Dourif's performance in Alien 4, quotations, Bouncing Baby Boy. That movie was awful.
I have not seen Alien 4.
Oh, God, it's awful. Skinned Frank in Hellraiser. That's a good one.
Never saw Hellraiser.
Yep.
You saw Hellraiser?
Yeah.
I don't like horror movies. They bore me.
It's creepy.
All Scenes in Teeth.
I don't even know that movie.
So when the vagina gets teeth? Yep. It was funny. My wife came downstairs when I was watching that, and she's like, "What the fuck are you watching?" Teeth. Yep.
There was a zombie movie that I saw that I don't remember what it was called or anything, but these kids find a zombie and they manage to capture it and they chain it down, and these are horny teenagers. So they start having sex with the zombie. They wear a condom, of course. So they
of course, that's
so they don't catch the zombie or whatever. But eventually, of course, it escapes and the zombie
kills them.
And the zombie breaks out and everything. But like the first half of the movie is them having sex and sneaking away to go have sex with this.
Oh my God.
I think they got zombie rabies or zombie AIDS or.
I forget what it was called.
I don't want to know what's on your computer. Morris, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for having me anytime.
Bad idea of the week, number 4. Pretty high.
Pretty high. Number 4 bad idea of the week.
Giving a mass murderer his weapon back. It's okay.
He just wants his machete.
Slice. Greatest line ever in a film. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.